The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan. I don't think it goes like that at all.
In the passion play, tumbling away, I'm your source of self-destruction. Fucking darkness clear, bleeding on yourself to taste me, you will see. More is all you need. Dedicated to you're calling faster. Obey your master. Your life burns faster. Obey your master. Master.
All right, I think that's enough. Woo!
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And Joseph DeGollier. Yes, and we're going to be talking about Doom 2016 today. Yes.
Can we just call it Doom 4? We all know what it is.
It was going to be called Doom 4, but now it's Doom.
All right. Well,
2016.
I'm sure we'll get into that 45 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, we will.
Probably.
All right, before that, what have you guys been playing?
Well, since we left each other last time, I did end up beating Doom, which is why we're having this conversation today. And then I've actually played a little bit of, is it called? Rainbow Six Siege with a couple of friends. It's actually a really fun game. Any of the listeners wants to join me in that game, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let me know. Tweet at me, and then what else have I played?
Symphony of the Night, hopefully.
Symphony of the Night, yeah, I've played Symphony of the Night.
It's the next review.
Playing it on the train.
Oh, yeah, you started doing that
You've
too.
joined me on the train then.
Yeah, just not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to get up at 5:30.
Yeah, because Cameron actually wakes up like a responsible adult before noon.
What are you saying?
So I wake up at 5:30 to get to the train that leaves at 6:28. And yeah, that's my life. It's the train.
Right. So just those three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Schweiss, what about you?
Well, I have been playing a ton of Final Fantasy 11.
What?
I know, it's crazy. It's
That's
like
surprising.
MMOs should be quick, but they're not.
How many days of
Should be quick.
How many days of game time did you get just this week?
Maybe one. I didn't play
Maybe
as much
one?
as you, I don't think. Actually, no, I did play quite a bit.
Fucking Christ, dude. That's all I've been playing this week.
Yeah, you have more game days or real life days in the game than I do now. Well, you have the whole time, but it's been really close.
So when you say you've played an entire day this week, so 24 hours has been dedicated to this game this week.
That's what he's saying.
That's a fucking ton of game.
Oh,
yeah.
I played 3 days where I woke up, played FF11, and then about 2 hours before bed stopped.
That's pretty bad.
A silent shake of the head, even though it's
and
necessary.
then played FF11 on the other days as well for like 6 hours.
Yeah, we all jumped on.
So
Gotta get that grinding.
all I've done is played FF11, trying to beat it so that I can play 2 games at the same time.
Right, so we can
in
get
the
Diablo
future.
3, yeah. So other than that, I have been playing some more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I did a little bit of story progression, but honestly, I've been just logging in, getting the login campaign points, doing the summon tickets, and I just do the Coliseum. It's like a little thing where you get a round where you fight a bunch of enemies, and each day you play, you can get like 3 or 4 rounds that you can go through and get items and shit from. So I usually log in, get my daily login bonus, play the Coliseum, and then just log off. I'm just done. I'm like, all right, well, that was fun. I'm out.
I'm outie.
But I did do a couple quests in the story. The story is one that they release in chunks, so like they come up with an update and they're like, oh, hey, there's more story quests added. And I've done a little bit of that, but I think I still have a fair amount left. And oh man, I think that's it as far as games go. I think I've been pretty dedicated to those few this week, those 2. And Pokemon Go, I haven't touched. I'm like bored with that game now.
Yeah,
it's
I haven't
sad.
touched it either in a while.
It's not as good.
Haven't touched it in a long.
They got to do some
Still level
updates
9.
to draw me back.
Yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous with the capture rates and stuff.
You have to go
but
find them all and get someone to sponsor your worldwide Pokemon Catch 'em All tour.
I think I'm a little behind for that, though. What about you, Joe? I mean, we know you've been playing 11. But
Okay, I played 11 like a fuck ton this week, and my eyes are actually. Do you see my eyes, guys?
I do.
They're bloodshot as shit.
yeah,
All
there's
I've
some
been doing
bloodshot.
is staring at screens. Somewhere between staring at the computer screen to
your
play
rolled up
Final Fantasy XI
button too, huh?
and then watching movies, like 3 movies in a row nonstop while leveling mindlessly.
Yeah,
in
I
Final Fantasy
wondered
XI.
why there were so many ratings on Twitter. I'm like, God, what are you doing?
Watching a shitload of movies. What I did find
He
out
just
is
hooked
that
himself up to the TV like they do in The Matrix and just
yeah,
downloads the
I
knowledge.
can't-
of the movie.
I can't.
But
watch,
it counts as watching, though, right?
Yeah.
It does.
I can't watch foreign films.
While grinding.
Yeah, while grinding. And so I've been watching a lot of like middle ground American comedies, like
yeah.
and newer movies because they got shitloads of dialogue and they're basically television.
Yeah.
But
Foreign,
so
you can't pay attention to that.
no, you have to pay attention to foreign films because they're subtitled, and unless you like can read the minds of the characters or the language somehow. Like Italian. I know it because I've watched so many Italian. No, it doesn't work that way.
Don't learn through osmosis.
Unfortunately, you don't learn through osmosis. So I watched like things like What Women Want, and I watched Meet the Fockers. And,
Oh yeah, Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers is half the movie Meet the Parents is.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad.
That is truth.
And I'd never seen it before. I wanted to watch it when it came out in theaters, and I just never watched it. I even watched Little Fockers.
I saw Meet the Fockers before Meet the Parents.
I think I did too.
It made Meet the Parents way better.
Meet the Parents is one of my favorite comedies ever. And Meet the Fockers is not that great.
No.
So I was disappointed in Meet the Fockers, to say the least.
Yeah. It didn't help you through the grind then? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it was fine. I mean, What Women Want was pretty funny. So I enjoyed that. But Meet the Fockers it was just a disappointment for Meet the Parents, but we can talk about that in a different section. But that's basically what my video gaming was watching movies at the same time as grinding.
Playing 11.
Not playing 11, grinding in 11. Let's be clear that there is a difference.
Is there a difference,
We say enjoy the grind at the end of our Ultimate Final Fantasy shows, but the only way you can really enjoy the grind
Is if you're doing something else.
if you're doing something else while mindlessly grinding, and then when you get back in the game, you're like, oh fuck, my character's really strong and it's fucking awesome.
When did this happen?
Yeah. It happened in the last 72 hours of me playing this game straight through. That's when it happened, man. So and my sleep schedule gets fucked up when I'm doing that too. There's just something about just doing too many video games and your sleep schedule getting fucked up. I don't know what it is.
11 has been destroying you.
11 has been destroying me, and I'm going to double down on 11 as well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to do 11 hours of 11, a marathon. A themed marathon that we've been doing for a little while.
Yeah, so if you want that, get on Ultima Final Fantasy's Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, God.
The only other game I've played, and it's sort of a game, it's sort of a memorization app.
that's stupid.
I've been playing Memrise.
Yeah.
With I was going through my Genki textbook vocabulary from taking Japanese down at Snow College, and I'm reviewing all that stuff, and it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool program.
I was looking at prices to live in Tokyo, and they're generally just a little bit more than New York.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Just so you know, you're looking at a shelf space when you go visit there.
Who's going to Tokyo?
Didn't you want to go teach English there sometime?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about...
That's why you're reviewing all the Japanese right now?
All you need to do is have a bachelor's degree, and then you can go teach English in Japan. So long as you do okay in an interview and stuff, which I do okay in interviews.
Until you meet this
I've
guy.
also-
Bachelor degree in anything.
And anything. Yes.
Anything.
You don't
Wow.
you don't need, Japanese is not a requirement at all. So I think I'm going to give myself a year after school to do what I want. And then after that, I'm thinking about teaching Japanese or teaching English.
Teaching Japanese.
Teaching English
huh?
in Japan. And by the way, they don't set you in Tokyo. They put you
Okay,
in rural
good.
Japan, which is...
That's better.
Yeah, they give you an amount, and they put you in an apartment that you can afford. That's part of the deal of going there.
Okay, that's good.
So
You're gonna get involved with the Yakuza. Really make some hardcore money.
that would involve going to Tokyo.
Get
and
involved
going
in
to,
the Tokyo Underground drift racing.
Yeah.
you would have to go in places with a red light.
I would be like joining their sumo circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yakuza.
prowl the red light.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Just a side question: have any of you guys played the Doom Online?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a
Dude, I was
good
playing
chunk
the
of
other
hours
day,
into
and
it.
that was a lot of fun. I was doing really. I thought I was doing really good, and then as
And then
the
it turns
round
out you
ended,
weren't.
I was doing average, and everyone else is doing really good.
Yeah.
I mean, some people on the other team got hammered, but people might. I'm like, I went 15-2. That's awesome. But then everyone else is like 28-3 and stuff like that. I'm like, no.
No.
But then again,
No,
I only
you
have the beginning classes. I haven't created a custom yet.
All right. Caleb Craig.
Okay, now it's my turn finally.
Yeah.
I have been playing Transformers Devastation. It's really...
Why?
Because, I've never played a Transformers game before, and it was on sale, so I decided to pick it up, and it's been pretty fun. The combat is sweet. You can, combo into turning into a car and then just, ramming into them.
Is this based on the movies, or is this based on the Japanese show?
I think it's its own story, but it's more like the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this an effort to make sure that you never get any in your life, or
What are you talking about?
I feel like there's a a pool of things that you do occasionally. You're like, I think I'm getting close. I think I might want to go buy a Transformers game. You get it. You play for 20
I got
hours.
it
and
a
you're
while ago, and then I just decided to play it now.
I feel pure again, kind of thing. No,
No.
Okay.
Okay, and then I've been playing some Symphony of the Night, and been playing Symphony of the Night, and I actually beat that
wow.
yesterday. Yeah,
Nice. How long did it take you to beat it?
This
had to
time it
practice
took me
Symphony,
12 hours.
Oh, so probably double that, and I'll have it done.
Yeah. Well, and then let's see, what else have I been playing? I played a little bit of Neverwinter, and then I have been playing No Man's Sky. I streamed that for
I want
about
that
7.5 hours.
bad.
What do you think so far?
I don't know. I have somewhat of an opinion. It's so basically what happens is you start off on a planet that is unique to you because there's billions of planets in this universe, and everybody basically gets to have their own planet that they discover. And
Everyone deserves a planet to their own.
everyone deserves a planet. And when I
planet.
started
You get a
to
planet.
explore it, I found a bunch of sweet things. You could name the planets that you discover. And so I named the first one, Nude Clan, just for fun.
Okay,
Copyright infringement. We're taking it down.
Yeah.
we'll blow that fucking planet to
Named it for
pieces.
us.
So,
And then
yeah, keep going.
And then you can discover creatures and plant life, and you can also name each of those. There are certain special areas on the planets you can find, and you can name those. You can even name the system that the planets are in, and it's pretty sweet being able to discover all this. Basically what you do in the beginning is you go around, try to gather materials to fix your ship so that you can actually leave the planet and explore space. Is there a reason for what you're doing there, Joe?
That was my lame R2D2 whistle.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
And then
man.
my Yoda hand.
That was more of like
Imagine
that was more of a Shadowfax little.
a ship being lifted out of the water on this strange planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Anyways, so this game is supposed to be so huge, but everyone's online that you still had the potential to run into another actual player, but you wouldn't be able to really discern them from actual players from the AI, is what it's kind of
Oh, that's
saying.
bitchin'.
But no, this is supposed to be so vast that everyone is playing in the same universe, but the chances of actually running into someone really slim, but it is a possibility.
What's the point of the game, though?
But I've seen
find things.
I've seen in the some of the European releases, they're putting stickers over the online play.
Yeah, the topless over there.
And so they're putting stickers over the online play, so they might be taking that aspect away from it. Either they can't do it right now and they're going to wait till later, or they're just taking that away.
So don't buy it, is that what you're saying?
No, so that's only for European releases. So they haven't done that to any releases here.
What's the point of the game, Caleb?
So the point of the game, there's kind of two. It gives you the point of the game is to explore the planets, explore space, just
Follow
things,
the
whatever
atlas.
for whatever you want to do. And then the other thing that you can do is like it has somewhat of a story, and you just try to find the middle.
You want to find the center of the galaxy.
The middle of the galaxy.
Is it like a black hole?
I don't
And then
know
you're
what
gonna
it is.
try to
That's
get to
like
the other side of
that's
the
like
black
the
hole.
It's
Am I
okay.
right?
Yeah, it's okay. You'll be fucking fine.
It's the secret of No Man's Sky of what's in the middle, but that's
Yeah.
what it's
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to get you
yeah,
to find.
it's the secret.
It's the middle.
Caleb, did you decide to follow the atlas, or are you doing it solo?
I am following it right now.
Okay.
I just moved to a second system.
Yeah, that's the final level, is pushing books out of a bookcase.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
He has no idea.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. So cool. I guess that does sound interesting. I don't know. I've always wondered like what the point of the game is. Like I thought it was kind of more of exploration.
Yeah, that's
It is
huge.
It's
part of
pretty
it.
much entirely
So
exploration.
you can do whatever you want. You can explore. You can create your own trading system where you just go mine planets and sell it for money.
That's true. You can, but
But who do you trade with? Like
The intergalactic
so
market.
Intergalactic, planetary,
so basically,
intergalactic.
whenever you find a planet, there's usually a little base with an alien inside, and he's just doing whatever. And there's like a computer that you can go up to, and you can sell stock of whatever you have into the online, basically. And it tells you like there's like if something's worth more or not, if it's like going down in price because a lot of people have been selling it, stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people are selling it. It tells you what percentage you are from the average in your galaxy or in your planet area of the universe. And then you can also just go through the planet discovering species. And every time you discover something new, they give you money or credits. And if you reach a certain goal, whatever, it gives you a whole bunch more credits and stuff. You can buy weapons, you can buy new mining tools, you can upgrade your ship, and so forth.
Why does everybody stop when I do this shit?
Well, because
Well, there's nothing else to say.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't even
all
know
right.
I just don't know what that's doing.
No Man's Sky, yes or no?
what do you mean? Yes or no?
Buy
Should
it
we
or
buy
not?
it or not?
Buy it or not? I would say maybe wait a little bit. The PC version is having problems. There's a lot that's kind of annoying with the game, such as the inventory space is very small.
Yeah.
And for a game that's about exploration and gathering materials, having a very small inventory space is really a problem.
But isn't it good for your very small hands?
But you can...
fuck you.
But hey, Caleb, you can instantly transfer stuff from your inventory to your ship.
Yeah, but your ship has like 3 more slots than
That's
you
why
do.
you're supposed to upgrade your ship. That's a part of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and you know how much a ship costs?
Yeah,
It costs
so you
like
have to
a million fucking units.
No, I've seen
I
some for
barely have
700,000
200,000.
But it sounds
That
like
is
you could work
all I
harder.
have.
Sounds like you got to put more time into it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Caleb.
exactly what I gotta do.
But Caleb, knowing what we like to play as games, would I enjoy it?
Would you enjoy it? I would say yes. It is a game, like as a game, it's not, it has combat, but the combat is kind of awful. The controls are kind of irritating.
Yeah.
They
You're
can
not a
be,
soldier.
they're kind of
You're
like
you're an
tanky.
intergalactic explorer.
You know what I mean? Like it's very like you go to move and then it like kind of jerks it a little bit.
Okay.
It's really weird. But overall, I think it's a really fun game. It's kind of tranquil. Like, not a lot of the animals try to kill you. There's only like a small amount.
You could feed animals too.
Yeah,
if
you
want.
can feed a few of them. But
And then each planet has its own properties that can kill you. So,
well, there's like little sentinels, the little robots that.
and then
try
some
to kill
planets you go
but you
to,
can just
some of them
avoid
are too hot, and it's constantly draining your suit's heat thing. And some planets are too cold, which does the reverse. And some planets are really toxic, and your suit tries to keep filtering out to keep up on that. And then some planets are too radioactive, and so you just have to keep track of what the planet's doing to you and keep recharging your health systems.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like Caleb has beaten the game. And eventually.
A little delay on that one. All right.
Yeah, that took forever.
Okay. Caleb, Craig, what game did you beat?
I beat Symphony of the Night.
Fucking bastard.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else beat a game?
Hell no.
All right.
Cam beat Doom.
I beat Doom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Doom 4. Oh, wait.
Doom 2016, Joe. Got to put 2016 in brackets.
I put Doom 4 on mine.
No, that's
Anyway,
a lie.
it's not
'Cause you didn't
Doom
beat
4.
You have not.
It is
beat
the
Doom 4.
fourth
Doom 2016.
full Doom game. So fuck you.
It's a remake. You of all people know.
We got to separate it because, I mean, Cam's
it's a
already
reboot.
got Doom on there.
Reboot.
So what game do we change?
Cameron has regular Doom on here.
Yeah, classic Doom. But they're both called Doom. So we just call one classic Doom
No,
and the
we
other
call
one
the
Doom?
other one
Or do
Doom
we
4.
call one
Like
Doom
we call-
2016?
Hey, what do you call Mortal
Or do we-
Kombat?
Mortal Kombat 9?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's called Mortal Kombat, Craig.
Yeah, but we got to separate it.
Oh, do we now?
Yeah, and that's
Even
what
though
I've
it's a
been saying.
reboot?
Though I said you have to call Doom 2016 Doom 2016.
No,
Did
you
I
gotta
not?
Call it Doom
that is
4.
separating
Just
it.
call it Doom 4.
No,
Jesus
it's Doom
Christ.
2016.
I'm calling it Doom 4.
Doom 2016.
So,
it's not a proper title. Call
Cameron
it 4.
has beat Doom 4 this week, and
2016.
Caleb Craig has beat Symphony of the Night. Caleb Craig is still Nude Clan Hog Supreme at 22. So 22 games beaten this year so far. Caleb Schweiss is falling a little behind, I gotta say, at 18 games. I don't know. I'm at only 12, but Cameron is only at 8, so I feel better about myself after that. We're all separated by, I think, 4. Well, me and you were separated by more than that, but 4 or 5 games in between each of us.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Now, people did, after we talked last week about sending in your hog points and the new way to do it, and a lot of people have gotten a lot of positive feedback about our new form.
Yeah, it's great.
Which is the best way
It is
to
nice.
give us your hog points. Now, these hog points don't count until the end of this month. So, in fact, for the people who just submitted hog points, now I did forward back your numbers to you. You're welcome. You guys can submit again before the first Saturday in September. So keep that in mind if you want your hog points to be even higher. Now, most hog points were in the doable range.
Right.
I think there might have been one other person who was beating me or something behind you. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the numbers again. But we did get one that was sick. These guy is sick.
These
Caleb.
guys are sick.
Because he has to be more than one entity, right? For the amount of stuff he's done.
This guy's name is Joe from Michigan.
Yes.
We got a voicemail from him as well. But let me bring this submission up. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay, it is disgusting though. So let me.
Yeah, you got to prepare yourself for the.
I got to get the right thing
grotesque.
on. Maybe I won't.
Discretion advised.
Okay, you know what? Fuck his number because I can't fucking find it on the phone version of Gmail.
Do you remember what it was around though?
13,000.
13,000?
Not Nude Clan hog points, super hog points.
I know, but still, that is
13,000. And then I messaged back to him. I was like, and most of them were comic books I would like to add. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm not saying that this isn't right, but I am just reminding you that And if this is the case, you got to minus some stuff. I'm reminding you that this all has to be legally obtained. You had to get these legally. He did. And he sent me a picture of his comic book collection, many of which he inherited from his uncle, who has been collecting comic books for a long time. Let me pull up this picture for you of his comic book collection.
Oh my god, that's hot.
And I think we should try to put this in either the description or
that honestly turns me on a little
artwork.
bit.
Oh my god!
There are boxes. It looks like a beehive, like when beekeepers keep their
it does
the bee
look
nest.
like your dad had. Yeah, I
a
remember.
gigantic stack of white boxes in a little corner room, and they're all
And
filled
he's read
with
all of
comic
those
books.
just this year.
He said
Or
he
just
didn't
this
write.
month.
It's not writing.
It's
That's
just the
ownage
owner.
hog.
Yeah.
So ownage hog wise, he is destroying because of his gigantic comic book collection.
Well,
so
damn.
guys, if you have collected stuff and you haven't had the patience to count them, which he said he rounded down, he didn't want to count them all.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
If you
Well, there's 40 per box, and there's about 80 boxes.
yeah, so I was just floored. I was like, "Jeez, it's gonna be hard for someone to beat this super hog."
So anyone else who's waiting for an inheritance, you just gotta speed things along just so you can compete with this guy.
Yeah, cod knife.
But insane collection, right?
Yeah. Damn.
How do you feel, Craig, with your 300 something comic books?
I put respect on your name, Joe.
Not me.
Finally.
He never would respect me.
No.
But the other Joe,
yeah.
he would respect. Speaking of the other Joe, by the way, he's our question for this week. We want to pull him up on the Skype-seas.
Yeah, I got him
Skypesies.
right here.
Hey, this call is actually for Nude Clan. This is Joe from Michigan, and I wanted to talk about the comic conversation that you guys had. You guys also asked for me to maybe suggest some comics that you guys should read. And because 3 of you are kind of anti-comic, and 3 of you are very pro-novel, and you will only read a novel out of the adult section, and you're very against any books with pictures, I would like to
I never said
turn
anything
you
about
to
that.
a author named Joe Hill. He is the son of Stephen King. He's written many pro novels, including The Fireman. You should check those out. Those are quite good. Also, specifically towards Joe, I know he's a podcast listener. Maybe check out the Nerdist Writer panel with Mr. Joe Hill. And then check out the graphic novel called Lock and Key. It's a multi-series graphic novel. It's not about superheroes. It's not about capes and tights, and it's fine if you don't like the whole spandex thing. It is a very interesting story about a family whose father gets murdered, and they get sent to the other side where they go into this house. This house has some crazy magic stuff going on, and it's kind of a dark mystery, kind of horror-esque type story. And I think that you guys would appreciate that. And it's coming from an author that you guys would deem acceptable. And listen to some interviews with him and how he talks about comics as a medium versus doing a story in a traditional novel. Also, would like to point out the fact that you guys don't understand what an omnibus is, because an omnibus is the giant collection of whatever. So if you go to the store and like, hey, I want a Flash omnibus, they're going to give you a book that is like, okay, this is volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 of all Flash comics that have been released. This one could be from 1964 to 1985. It's like, that's not at all what you guys are thinking of. You guys are thinking of what they call in the comic book world a trade paperback, meaning it is a collection of the full story arc. So if you look at it as a TV show, it's each episode then creates a season. So each comic book, you collect them together, creates the story arc into a trade paperback, usually sold with some sort of title, such as Batman Court of Owls would be the whole story arc. So if you're worried about the hog status setup, 5 comics is the general rule, sometimes more, sometimes less, for a full arc. For someone who is collecting, you can't just say the trade paperbacks because there are so many comic books that don't have a trade. Just take whatever number you have, divide it by 5, round it down because it's still going to be a ridiculous number. For instance, I own over 12,000 comic books. So you round down. Jesus. That would make the most sense, just my opinion. Check out Joe Hill, Stephen King's son, pro novelist, loves to write comic books, considers it an art, considers it something he loves. Lock and Key, LOCKE and KEY. Thanks.
All right.
See you guys next time.
All right. Thank you, Joe, for leaving us a message. By the way, if you want to leave us a message, it's 385-204-3921, 385-204-3921. Right now it says Ultima Final Fantasy.
But whatever.
But it doesn't matter. It's the same network, and it's the same people who are going to be listening to it. So now Caleb Craig has actually brought up many times the 5 comic book sequels and omnibus, but we've said omnibus, we never said trade paperback.
I'm just kind of sad that I'm not going to hear your favorite word anymore, the omnibus.
Yeah. He did say you needed to bring it down even more, though. Like, he agreed. He said you got to bring it down. Even after you divide it by 5, it still needs to be less than 1 point.
For reading them?
Yeah.
I would almost agree, because you know what? Reading 100 pages in a book is only worth 33 points? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that takes a lot longer than reading that amount of comics.
Well, to me, it's
maybe not though. Jesus, I don't know.
I'll put trade paperback in the title on the Nude Clan input thing, and I think for this year we'll leave it alone. But definitely, if you guys are going to put in your comic book numbers, I think it should be trade paperback equivalent. So finish a run and then put the points in.
Yeah.
Which they're high pointage right now, so you can, just take advantage of it if you want, and we might come back to it and adjust the numbers later. But yeah, have you heard of this Joe Hill guy?
I have not.
You have not heard of Joe Hill? Okay.
I mostly read Batman. So.
Okay. All right. And we do have a section in the forum, by the way, where a lot of people gave us recommendations for comics, and maybe we'll get to it in the Getting Fat section or something like that on another week.
Yeah, next week perhaps.
And we'll talk about comic books more. What do you think about what he said?
For what?
Any of it.
Any comments on...
You're the only guy here who reads comic books. Give it a reply.
I don't know. You guys read it? He just gave suggestions. It wasn't really a question.
Well, do you feel like the counting it as the, what was it?
Trade paperback.
Trade paperback. Is that fair?
But he said
we did that before.
Because it is a story arc.
Just calling it something else.
It is a story arc, and I think that's what we're trying to get out of it. Like a movie, you get the story arc. You get a story arc over 2 hours, hour and a half, whatever.
Well, that's pretty much what I was suggesting.
And I'm not going to give you a point per thing that takes you 5 minutes to get.
Yeah, especially because the books.
Well, isn't that how we were doing it anyway? Is with the 5?
Maybe
unofficially, yes. Yeah. Behind the scenes, we never announced that.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
Oh, well, that's what I did. Okay. So,
well, I feel like that's fair, and we should probably use the proper term, just so that, like,
trade
people
paperback
that are,
equivalent.
Yeah, people that are into comic books won't think that we're just a-holes and shouldn't even count it because we don't know what we're talking about. So I feel like that's fair, and we'll have to definitely look at his suggestions on the site next week and see what he deems worth our time.
We got Joe Hill. We got some Batman comics.
Yeah.
Like some of the newer Batman runs people were saying to check out. And
I say Walking Dead's pretty decent from what I've read. I've only read the one, whatever it is, the trade paperback Volume 1. But that's it. And it's pretty short. But those are like $7. So, I don't know if I want to buy like 50 volumes.
They're more than $7.
Are they really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's like double that.
Let's move on with this video game podcast.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Doom.
Yeah. Let's.
Got it?
Yeah.
right, so Doom is a science fiction horror first-person shooter video game developed by
Bless you.
id Software and published by Bethesda Softworks.
Hold on.
Wait, it's a horror game?
It is a horror game.
It was not very scary. I mean, it was frustrating at times. But
Cameron, are you one of those people that thinks you deserve a bless you when you sneeze?
yeah, everyone deserves it
Why?
I kind of hate it when people say bless you.
You realize why they say that, right?
because you're sick. Fuck.
No, because they thought your soul was escaping your body, and so
Yeah.
they said bless you so they would go back
So, I mean, if you
inside.
believe in that, I guess keep going. But
Guys, if you ever see my soul escaping my body, don't interfere.
yeah, let it go.
someone had allergies,
let
they'd,
him
like,
die.
try to help him, fix him in some spiritual sense. Now, I just...
No, it's become a nicety of politeness in our culture now. No one believes the soul fucking thing right now. It's just
I
a
understand
nice
that.
thing to
Soul
say.
fucking.
I love soul
It's
fucking.
been one of those things that I don't understand why people do it.
Yeah, it's like when people say I'm sorry, and they're like, "Oh, sorry," and they're not actually sorry. It's just like something they feel like they have to say, and it's like, well, don't say it if you're not sorry. Or like how whenever you tell someone, you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" and they'll say, "Hey, that's not an answer. I asked you how it's going. I didn't acknowledge your existence. I asked you a fucking question."
That's an American thing where you say,
A
"Hey, how's it
question.
going?" Oh, it's great. And
Yeah,
then they don't, you don't really
a lot
answer
of
it.
people just say, "Hey." I'm like, "Is that how it's going? Is hey, how's it going, huh, fucker?" I said, "How are you?" and you said, "Hello." Fuck you. It's a question.
I agree.
But it's a
wholeheartedly.
question that you really don't want to know the answer
I
to.
do, though. I don't just ask it. Yeah, it's like for a small little conversation, but they're like, "Oh, hey."
I gotta say,
And
Cameron,
then they actually get into how they are actually doing, dude. You know,
Well, that's
my,
their choice to decide what they get into. I can't choose what they disclose to me.
gosh, the thing is, the whole like, oh, bless you, really sarcastically after you sneeze, and then Caleb went. First off, I don't need to bless you. I don't believe that needs to be a nicety that we need to say.
Well, that's
we don't
what
need
your
to
belief
acknowledge
is.
that you're sneezing. Everybody sneezes. You just sneezed. Who cares? Like, if it gets really bad, I'll hand you a tissue. Okay?
No, that's what
I think. Now,
That's what we all
the reason
know
why
what
it
Joe
pisses me
thinks.
off with your sarcasm thing after that is because you remind me of my fucking mother when she does that. So she'll be like, I went to the thing and no one waved. And I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, a wave is another one that it's like,
Yeah.
it's awkward.
You don't
It's
need
weird,
to
yeah.
wave at someone you pass. You can just pass them. And if they wave, yeah, you should wave back. But you shouldn't like, oh, they didn't wave and now I'm emotionally upset because someone didn't acknowledge my
Triggered.
existence. Maybe they didn't see you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a possibility. If someone waves at me, I wave back. But like, I mean, there's a possibility that you didn't see them, or that maybe you like, oh, they just waved and they passed me, and I didn't have time to wave back. I feel like such an asshole now.
Yeah.
Like, why should we feel like an asshole?
Because you are.
Because you are an asshole, Joe,
Well, he's speaking externally.
and you are an asshole as well. So just So
Am I an
assholes.
asshole?
Yeah.
I thought I was the least asshole one on the episode where everyone was ripping you for not finishing the game. You gonna forsake your only ally now? Is that what it's
No,
come to?
I didn't say you weren't an asshole.
Hear that
Oh,
manipulation?
you just said I was the
Cameron?
less.
But your assholeness is
very
more good
clear.
natured, and where his is more sincere.
Yeah, I suppose, but
Fuck, are you talking about?
I can dig
His
deep. Though.
asshole is good natured, and your asshole is very sincere.
Thank you for your deposit.
That's good.
What does that even mean?
It means you're an asshole sincerely. You are an asshole, whereas Caleb is an asshole for fun.
I'm an asshole for fun, Cameron.
We're all assholes
Well,
for
Joe
fun.
is just on the spectrum, remember, because he doesn't know emotions that well.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
not that I do particularly either, but it's just a way.
I have emotions.
Yeah, that's true. That's the
Sometimes.
difference, and I don't all the time. There's like anger and joy. It's like a black and white universe for me.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
it's kinda
guys,
bad.
you remember when we were going to talk about Doom?
Oh, is that what we're doing this week? I thought we were talking about
Good
where
game for psychopaths.
where on the
No, but
the
seriously,
Down
there's
syndrome
some
spectrum each of us sit.
Some tendencies here.
Okay, so anyways, back to Doom. Doom is a reboot of the series and is a fourth installment.
That's the abridged version of what we just went through.
The game was released on May 13th, 2016. The gameplay returns to a fast-paced shooter with open levels similar to the first two games. The game also features like environment traversal, like grabbing ledges and double jumping, which hadn't been in the series before. And then there's also character upgrades, execution kills. Those are also new to the series.
Execution kills, kind of like a fatality.
Pretty
much, Mortal Kombat.
I would say it's like when you find somebody and kill them with a knife in Battlefield.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, that's
Only
basically what you do.
Only way more. Yeah, you don't just use the knife.
but the glory kills become such a necessity when they drop health and armor if you have that certain rune. It's
Plus,
just like, I'm glory killing every one I use because I need that bonus.
Plus, they're just epic, so there's no reason to not.
Just do it for fun.
Except the violence just numbs you after a while. So it's not even like, oh, hey, look, I did it.
Yeah, until you remember the button to get the chainsaw out again, and then you're rip roaring ready to go.
No, I remember the chainsaw when all my guns are dry. That's when I remember the chainsaw.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, the fuck you guys. Yeah, fuck you. All right. So Doom 2016 was originally announced as Doom 4 under development in 2008. It had quite the development with different builds and designs going on. And then it was restarted in 2011, and then it was unveiled as Doom in 2014. And like the original Doom, it was inspired by music, particularly heavy metal.
Well, this one's like Korn. That one Korn CD that's like half Skrillex and half Korn.
Yeah.
It's kind of metal mixed with dubstep metal.
Yeah, it's amazing though.
It's a great soundtrack, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I do miss the sort of early 90s, late 80s metal that...
The thrash that involved...
The thrash that was blatantly ripped off in the original soundtrack to Doom. But I mean, this is pretty good stuff in the soundtrack here as well.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of DMC's soundtrack. It's like super heavy.
Yeah. Super distracted side note. Dave Mustaine's birthday is coming up, 55 years old, and he's unveiling his own custom beer.
Yeah. I saw an article on Facebook, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
we got to get the Dave Ellefson coffee as well.
Yeah, we do. I'm sure they'll supply it with us once they're off this tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, Doom 2016 was very well received by critics and players. The single-player campaign, for the single-player campaign, graphics and gameplay were praised, whereas the multiplayer mode drew the most criticism from the players. The game was ranked as the second best-selling video game in the UK and the US on its first week and month, selling 500,000 copies at the end of May. And it came out on May 13th, so that's about...
Oh, that's pretty good.
Well, that's May 26th on PC alone.
Yeah. On PC alone, yeah.
So that's a lot of copies. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a fuck ton of copies. For the development, Doom 4 in April 2009, Hollenshead said that Doom 4 was in deep development when asked whether Doom 4 would be a sequel, a reboot, or a prequel. His response was, "It is not a sequel to Doom 3, but it's not a reboot either."
Lies!
Doom 3 was sort of a reboot on June 23rd, 2009. ZeniMax Media, best known for Bethesda Softworks, acquired id Software and announced that all future id games would be published by Bethesda Softworks, including Doom 4, in addition to Rage and future Quake titles.
Okay, so they got bought up.
Yeah. Doom 2016 at QuakeCon 2014, id Software executive producer Marty Stratton, the host of the presentation, announced that Doom 4 was officially renamed as Doom for the reason that it is an origin game reimagining everything about the originals.
Kind of. I don't know if I agree with that.
The greatest challenge that id Software faced while developing the game was to create a game that can compete with the other popular FPS games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, as they considered the popularity of the Doom series among younger audiences is relatively low when compared to the other franchises.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Now, Doom came out in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And then Doom 3 came out way later.
Yes.
But Doom 3, they went a different direction with it. I mean, shooters at the biggest shooter at the time was probably like Halo 2, I think. It was Halo 1 or Halo 2 at that time. And so Doom 3 came out and it was different. It wasn't trying to be like Halo, which may, in some ways, mechanically, like physics-wise, I think maybe closer to the original Doom than Doom 3 was. But Doom 3 went a totally different direction. It went with this horror survival direction, almost kind of like a, I don't know, like a Resident Evil or sort of thing.
It's like I would say that Dead Space is like Resident Evil 4 and Doom combined.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it went a totally different direction. I think maybe because I think one of the two main dudes behind Doom went away anyway, and so he wanted to do, whoever was left wanted to do more of a horror aspect, wanted more of a horror kind of thing for the game. And then with Doom 4, it's just totally different crew of people working on it. Doom 2016, whatever. Now, how after this many years do you could go in Doom 3 direction, but then the horror shooter has been, since Doom 3, has been very thoroughly explored. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, so now we got to find a new direction to go. And I think the direction that they went with was, I think, a pretty good one, going closer to the original Dooms.
Yeah.
While keeping it modern. You know?
Yeah.
Doom 3 is their biggest game so far, though. Doom 3 is their biggest success.
Oh, I'm sure it is. It seems to be the bigger one.
But it is definitely a one-off, and I think you're totally right with them going basically 180 on it and just going right back to Doom 1 and 2. And I think that is the only way to survive in the first-person shooter market that you have right now. It's just you're not gonna beat it mechanics-wise. It's not gonna happen. So make it what it was in the beginning that made it so loved, that like brought the genre to life.
Great again.
Yeah. Well, Doom 3 was very, I know a lot of people fucking loved it when it came out, but it seems that over the years it's gotten more and more polarized. A lot of people go, oh, the fucking flashlight thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people complained about that. I think they sort of fixed it for Doom 3 BFG.
Yeah,
they complained because you could only do flashlight or a gun.
Yeah. It added to the horror, I think. I think it was genius. But
so some people freaking love Doom 3, but it is not. When you look at Doom 1 and 2, you're like, where did Doom 3 come from?
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different. You can keep going.
Vast departure, yeah. On July 2nd, 2015, Marty Stratton revealed that the game would not take place on Earth, unlike the canceled Doom 4 that was and unlike Doom 3 that inspired the two originals. And inspired. No, I don't know what's going on. Okay,
does your left arm hurt?
No, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay, you guys.
How's your jaw?
It's fine. It didn't
even after last night, huh?
Yeah,
it didn't lock in.
Well, he doesn't have to open it that far.
Didn't lock into the receive position like Joe's does.
Fuck you.
Doom would not take itself as seriously, and that it would be designed to be comic and very juvenile, almost in their approach.
Okay, which Doom isn't comic and juvenile? Have you seen the cutscenes for Doom 3 lately?
I haven't.
Oh, they're over the top.
Yeah.
They're I didn't remember because it'd been so long, but I got the Doom 3 BFG edition, and then I started the game up, and I was like, oh man, this is cheesy shit. These cutscenes they're not great. They aren't great, I'll tell you that much.
All right. Martin later said that the game was heavily inspired by rock and roll and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and that its hell-themed levels would feature much heavy metal. He also said that Doom's world was designed to have a certain level of personality and to be over the top. Which
gratuitous violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
According to Hugo Martin, the game's creative director, the team did not put lots of emphasis on the game's story, as they believe that it is not an important feature of the franchise.
But it is 1/5 of our points.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
He later said that he knew that some of the fans would not like to see story in the way of gameplay of a first-person shooter such as Doom, and that players can optionally find codex entries for clues so that they can fill in gaps with their own ideas and theorize about who the Doom Slayer is.
Well, I think they can actually
from
get
where
it
he
from
came and why he's there.
I think they can actually get it in game, though. I think that's the difference.
I mean, you do find more of the story in game, but then to really like learn about stuff, you have to grab the codexes.
Yeah, I didn't care about any of that.
you know, the codexes are in game. That's what I'm saying. With Destiny,
you had to actually
you had to go online.
Yeah, Destiny
and
read them,
everything.
yeah.
Destiny's stupid when it comes to the story. I don't give a shit about it. It's lame.
All right.
Gameplay.
they're
So,
working on Destiny too.
I know.
so is that it for your making of your behind the scenes?
Yep, that's everything for development.
All right. Can we talk about story then?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. What do you got on story?
So basically, the story is you play as the Doom Slayer. He wakes up in a sarcophagus. You start in the UAC's facility on Mars after Samuel Hayden woke you up to stop one of his underlings from releasing demons into this dimension.
Okay.
And that's basically the entirety of the story.
Well, yeah, and then you work your way, and then there's this one robot dude, and then
Well,
that's Samuel Hayden.
That's
yeah.
Samuel Hayden is over.
Apparently, if you read the things, he had cancer, and so he destroyed his body and then put his brain inside the
Inside a
robot
computer.
body.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a freaking awesome robot.
you don't want an electronic circuit malfunction. You're dead.
And that's apparently that's the reason why he's able to travel to hell. It's because he doesn't have flesh.
Right, and then one of the other departments, the one that is Olivia's department, the underling, who's one of the scientists, and she's the one that's trying to get, she's secretly funding this thing to pull energy from Mars, because essentially the whole game is based on an energy crisis on Earth, is what I would define it as.
Yeah, and so they launched a expedition to Mars to try to find a new source of
and they
energy.
found hell energy. Yeah, the amount of energy they were able to pull from hell was just through the roof. But then shit started
It's
to come
infinite,
through.
yeah.
And they had to find a way to purify it too.
Yeah,
And then that's why you have the Argent facility on Mars.
yeah. So they're trying to purify it, but then all these portals start opening up, and Doom happens.
Yeah.
It's
And then Doom happens.
It's a very
Doom.
It's a very simple story.
Yeah.
And occasionally you get cutscene-ish things. I mean, you're sometimes you'll enter into a room, and this rarely happens. I want to say it's the minority. It doesn't happen all the time or anything like that. You'll enter a room, and a sort of cutscene will happen when Samuel Hayden is talking to you or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a boss scene is about to happen. There's a cutscene, but it's all from your first-person point of view, kind of like Fallout. And so, I mean, as far as story goes and cutscenes go, it's like that. Occasionally, you'll hit a computer screen. It's kind of like Doom 3, where events would happen if you hit a computer screen.
Yeah, you can watch videos and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll watch videos of what happened previously from tapes, or there'll be audio of I remember one that I thought was really cool. This little tiny detail was how do you deal with your religious beliefs now that we're getting energy from hell? And they were talking about a support group for that.
Yeah, there was and I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing to add, because you're bringing realism into it. It's well, this is fucked up, but we're going to help you through this, because we're basically harnessing hell here.
I don't see the problem with that.
Yeah.
You just harness the hell out of it.
So it's a story that serves the gameplay. It's not gameplay serving the story, or even really a balance of the two, but I actually think it works rather well. I was interested in the world. I the idea of hell energy is absolutely bonkers fucking ridiculous, but I was still interested in what was going on in the world, all these behind the scenes things that I was passing by when I would touch a computer screen and stuff like that. And oh, what did this facility do and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. It was really cool world building, if not necessarily direct narrative storytelling. So I actually enjoyed the story for what it was and its function in the game. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It served it well,
it served the gameplay well. I mean, there's very few cutscenes, so that it didn't really interrupt the flow of gameplay. And when it did, it was a quick one. That just gives you, for instance, one gave you Argent cells, which furthered the gameplay to give you health or ammo and all that stuff to open it up to find that in the future levels. And then another one was the him injecting the thing that allowed you to transport to hell and back.
Yeah.
Just little quick ones like that, or the start of the tether.
It doesn't dwell on it.
No, it's quick, and then it's all right, well, there you go.
The story is fast like the gameplay.
Yes.
It doesn't want to distract you for too long with some boring ass story, so you can get back to killing demons, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, I remember in Doom 3 there being quite a few cutscenes sections, and it just that's gone.
I mean, the whole game just does not cater to a laid back play style. You have to be in the game. You can't snipe from the edges, or else you're dead.
Yeah, it pretty much demands to be on the move.
Kind of, yeah. There are some spots where you can sit and snipe, but
Yeah.
it's for the most part just fast. You don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
I think the story was all right for what it was. I don't think it's phenomenal, but I didn't really have any
loved
problems
the
with it.
ending.
Yeah,
too.
I dug it.
Well, you know what bugs me though is they're not going to do a DLC continuing it yet. The new DLC that's coming out is all multiplayer stuff, all of it.
That's lame.
Yeah, that's fucking horseshit. Who's going to buy that?
There's always an expansion for
That means
Doom.
there's
There
going
is,
to be
yeah.
Doom 2.
It's
We had
already there's
expansions
already a
for the
Doom
first
2, though.
Doom.
Doom 2018.
You had Doom 2 expansions, Final Doom.
Yep.
And with Doom 3, you had, Excursion of Evil or something like that.
Resurrection of Evil, and then there's another one too. I haven't beaten Resurrection of Evil yet. I stopped playing. I can't anymore. Too much. But yeah.
It doesn't count for the hog. I can't play it.
Well, that's kind of how it is. Plus, I've got Symphony of the Night now. I bought it for Cameron. Eventually,
Nice.
I'll get $4 back. We'll split it.
You haven't played that one yet either.
I haven't. No, I've never.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Never touched it.
It's good.
Yeah, I think the story was all right. I found myself interested in the gameplay way more, but I didn't feel like the story was really taking me out of it too much. I was interested to find out what happened, even though it's pretty obvious. Just shit went south. It doesn't really matter how. It was cool though, and I feel like it suited the game just fine. It didn't, like you guys said, it didn't really bog me down. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I died, I have to do that cutscene again. My fucking God, it wasn't anything like FF10 with Unalesca where it's a 20-minute cutscene that you can't fucking skip. And you know it memorized by heart, but because you died so many times.
I will fight you too.
Yeah,
Shit
but
like that.
with
I remember
Doom,
lines.
with Doom, it's quick. With Doom, it's quick, and you just get to it, and it gets to the point. It's like, all right, here's the bare minimum, go. And I think that's great.
So one thing about the story, though, did you guys read the codex on Vega?
The AI?
Yes, that's a very important part of the game near the end.
No, I didn't really read his thing.
Well,
I didn't read any codex.
when I read the codexes, it was for the enemies.
Well, the Vega had actually a huge part in everything. They basically created the AI and found him and then infused him with Argent energy and turned him to something else. And he basically designed the whole facility and designed everything of how to process it. And he's sacrificing himself to you.
Yeah, so you can stop everything.
And so I thought that was an interesting little tidbit of story that I would have totally missed had I read the codex.
So I have a pretty positive
It's
look
kind of
on
understandable.
this story in general, and you're saying I could delve even further with
Yeah.
the codexes. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, out of 10, guys, what would you give the story? Schweiss, let's start with you.
I'll give it a solid 8.
An 8 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's perfect, and I don't think.
Were you disappointed in the story?
No.
2 points or any?
No, I just don't think it's 10.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can still like something and not give it 5 stars. 10 out of 10.
I had this number in my head before Caleb said anything, which is 8 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
I just wish there was more left after the end. I was sad and disappointed.
Yeah, they
that the
did
game
leave
ended.
it. The way they ended it, I think, bugs me too.
I loved the way they ended.
Yeah,
I
it's a
did
good
too.
cliffhanger.
Uh,
I like to leave it with a cliffhanger, but I
thought
want
the end
to.
was like fucking
Cliffhanger.
awesome.
I want to know that there's going to be something else after, and I want it to be something I can get to. I don't know. It's kind
I
of
want to know
upsetting
more
that they.
about those Knights of Hell. I want to know more about them.
Yeah.
You released them, and now what's going to happen?
You can't just be left wanting more.
I want more now.
Isn't that a good thing?
I want
It is a
another
good
game.
thing.
I want to play. I want to know if you are one of them and they just stole you from hell. I want to know how you got to be a part of it.
No, I think the story, the very ending where you kill well, we're talking about story here.
Well, there's a twist at the end, so just...
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I don't
okay.
care about that. That's the part I think is dumb. Only because I don't get to play more.
It was good.
I
agree with you,
I
Joe.
fucking loved
The part before it where you fight Spider Mastermind is way cooler.
I still
Where
think
it
that
brings it back. It brings it back to the origins where you fight the big guys. What the fuck are they? What are they called again?
The Barons of Hell?
No, the
Titans
bigger guys.
of Hell or something like that.
Yeah, Hell Knight or something like that.
The Titans of Hell, the ones who have the huge skulls littered everywhere in hell.
Yeah, those guys are fun. Their boss fights were brutal.
So the Cyber Demon fight was by far, in my opinion, harder than the Spider Mastermind fight.
Oh, yeah. Cyber Demon
that's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cyber Demon was definitely the hardest fight in the game.
I think so too.
Spider Mastermind only took like 3 tries to beat the freaking
Didn't
Cyber
even
Demon.
take me like a second one for Spider Mastermind.
I got as far, and then I started fucking up when he started shocking the pedestals instead of the floor.
Yeah, no, I thought that was an awesome ending to the story, though, where you fight the Spider Mastermind again. That's one thing Doom 3 didn't do. The final boss was not Spider Mastermind. It was the other dude, the Cyber Demon.
It was a Cyber Demon?
Yeah, and he sucked, dude. He was trash. I didn't even die to him in Doom 3. But I loved the way it brought it back to that, brought it back to the roots. You fight a giant Spider Mastermind for the end, and right as you kill him, you come up to him and you stuff the BFG right in his fucking mouth, and he just...
Yeah.
Just sick. I thought that was epic.
I thought it was cool that the chick that was trying to bring all the demons to this universe was like the one that turned into the Spider Mastermind. Like she got taken over by
she was
the
just
demons.
absorbed by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was destroyed.
Olivia.
Yeah. She was destroyed by it, like the energy, and then turned into it, or like whatever.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
thought it was cool.
What about you, Craig? What do you give the story?
I'd give the story a 9.
Okay.
9?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, a game like this doesn't, or FPSs don't really need a story, but like the story that it gave us was pretty solid. I enjoyed the ending. Apparently, you guys
fucking
don't.
loved it.
The ending was awesome. I want to know, like,
First
fucking
off,
what happens, and I want more.
I got a sense of how the game was going to end at some point, probably in like the midway, and I was like, I think there's something going on here.
Yeah.
And then the way it happened, I was like, yes. And then like the thing, and he like boom, and like.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was
great.
going to happen for a long time, though. I could sense
Well,
it.
then
So.
how?
Well,
It
that's
had-
why it's
it had-
lame. Is because I knew it was going to happen.
Well,
I was
it's
like, oh, this is
organic.
obvious.
Yeah, it happened naturally, and then it called back to the thing that he did earlier.
But the way
Like,
it was resolved after the twist is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I loved it, dude.
The story was pretty damn good for
was good.
for being as hollow and shallow as it is.
But it embraced its hollowness.
It did. It was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Giving it a 10.
All right.
I have no problems with it. I loved every single cutscene I hit against. I loved all the little details in the game itself,
Yeah.
not in its codexes. I didn't give a shit. But in the game itself, all the little details that I found about the world and about the story as it happened, I thought that was fucking sweet.
right.
Sweet. I loved it.
All right.
It
Well,
reminded me of Dead Space in the way that it told the story a little bit.
yeah. I'd like Dead Space's story way more, though.
Well, yeah, but like it does
They
the
actually
same
tried,
thing.
though.
It does
They
the
tried a
same
lot
thing
more.
where like the holograms kind of like show you a little bit of what happened.
Yeah,
and
but
you
they-
find things that like.
I think Dead Space
I think
handles
that's
it better.
that's more of gameplay, letting you know where something is.
But Dead Space embraces their story a lot heavier than Doom does too, so
That's
it's
true.
not even really comparable.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about gameplay? This is the biggest part of any game. Was the game fun? Were the controls decent? How did you feel about combat? I mean, we all know how we feel about it, but I don't know. Joe, you go ahead. What do you think?
Watching trailers for this game, I thought it was just kind of going to be like a cool looking shooter. Mm-hmm. But then I got my first taste of it over at your place when you had it on the PC, and you're like, dude, you got to play this for a second. And I'm like, all right, I'll play this game. And then it starts up, and just the controls and the way the controls are just amazingly smooth.
Mm-hmm.
They are the best physics I have ever felt in a shooter. I have never been more comfortable playing a shooter. I would have said before this it would have been Halo 3. But
Okay.
I've never been more comfortable in a shooter than I have been with this game. It's incredibly smooth. It's incredibly dynamic. It's easy to get into.
Oh, yeah.
While also it has its challenging moments gameplay wise, but it never feels clunky. It never feels like it's too much. It's not doing what maybe the one flaw in the old games was. We're like, okay, now we're gonna have a room of 100,000 guys,
And you can't dodge.
yeah,
stuff,
and there's
yeah.
no like the strategy to do it is almost like, oh, you got to circle strafe for 5 years,
Yeah.
in order to take care of these things. It's nothing like that. It's all incredibly,
And even if that happened, you saw the BFG and just
yeah, it's all incredibly fun.
Yeah.
This game is fucking fun. I was playing this game and I'm like, Jesus Christ, why am I playing FF11 at the same time? This is amazing. This game, gameplay wise, is just it's flawless in its physics, in my opinion. And even then, other aspects of the gameplay I think are great. And I thought at the beginning that the super kills, what were those things called again?
Glory kills.
Glory kills,
The glory
yeah.
kills, which you get after you weaken a guy, they start shining yellow, and then you can do a glory kill. I thought that from what I was seeing at the very beginning of the game, where it was like really easy to get a glory kill, I thought that was like gonna be the thing. I was like, this game's gonna be too easy. But no, the difficulty level rises and it's harder to get glory kills at a certain point. So it's really well balanced in that way, I think. I thought the game was super easy at the beginning, and then I fucked up in my leveling.
With the ardent cells.
With the ardent cells, I leveled all my ammunition up first before leveling my health or my armor.
Jesus.
So midway through the game, I was like, guys, this game's fucking impossible. This game's so fucking hard. I'm having so much fun, but it's not fun if you're replaying this thing like 12 times in a row just to get past this one, enemy excursion,
Yeah.
which you'll get into. It's kind of different than other shooter games. You don't just go into a hallway and there's automatically guys there. It's almost like you'll get into an area and then
it's like an event.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
An event happens, and then it's like shit goes down, and it's like there's different waves of enemies.
Oh, man.
And it's just it's
My favorite were killing those gore nests, because then they were decently
Yeah.
guarded sometimes. You could take them all out, then you freaking kill that gore nest, and then all of a sudden
shit
it's just like
fucking.
then you
Yeah.
have barons of hell up your ass, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the way the weapons were all different. I love the way that they use the old enemies from both Doom 3 and the original Dooms, and I think a few enemies of their own. Am I correct on that? Or
Which enemies
Was
are
the
you thinking
Manticores from Doom 3? Because that kind of had a Doom 3 feel. The green acid Manticore.
of?
Mancubus.
Mancubus, yeah.
I think Mancubus were in the older ones. Yeah, they were in the. No, they're in 3. I know they're in 3
Okay.
at the very least, and I think they're in other ones too.
Okay. I don't remember them very much in
no, the zombies
original Doom.
were from this one. They weren't soldiers.
Those soldiers were zombies though in
Yeah.
the original games.
Oh, well, yeah, but they look like soldiers. That's the difference. They're just zombies in this one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
there's
what
something
was
different there.
your absolute number one favorite weapon to use?
My number one favorite weapon to use was the shotgun, and I pretty much kept with the shotgun as my main gun. First off, the shotgun is a sick motherfucker.
Normal shotgun or super shotgun?
Once I got the super shotgun, I would use it on harder guys, but the normal shotgun shot faster. And so, for the most part, I would deal with dudes with the
Which
regular shotgun.
power up on it would you use?
The triple shot.
Yeah, I use that one a lot.
So yeah, you get power ups for weapons every once in a while. If you've used a weapon enough, you'll get a power up upgrade for it.
yeah, and you can find these little robot dudes that are floating around that you beat the shit out of to pull their
You like
power
punch it
ups from.
and then, and you can choose the power
There's
that you want.
random runes hidden everywhere that just kind of give you buffs. That are
Yeah.
nice.
For the runes, you have to like face a challenge in order to unlock the special power that it gives you.
Yeah, and they vary from like extra damage to a wider range of pulling items items towards you. Like when you kill somebody, they'll drop health and armor, and one of them that you get is like a
they only
stronger
drop
magnet.
armor if you have that rune.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing rune.
And then
I
you
love
have
that
to, in order to have multiple runes at once, you have to do multiple challenges and unlock the runes.
Unlock different spots. So there's tons of customization.
3 runes is the limit.
On top of the shooting, on top of all these little collectible items, it does bring exploratory aspects from both Doom 3 and the original Dooms. There are some
secrets.
levels with key cards and secrets, and then there are some levels with computer touching in order to get events to happen.
Right, yeah.
And then there's like dead bodies that you pull the keys from, which I thought was a fucking awesome.
What about the one where you
inclusion.
had to grab the guy's torso, his whole fucking part of his body?
That
and
was
then-
sweet.
and you just carry it with you wherever you go, and then you slam his fucking face against the reader.
Getting the BFG.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And like
I
figuring
had
out the
to
puzzle
try to
with
figure it
that.
out. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm just watching his lasers go up and down. What do I do? And then you figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some platformer elements too.
Yeah,
there's
that's
some
probably what I had
areas-
the most problems with. But it was smooth platforming. I usually have problems in platformers, and I did with this game. But that's because I suck at platformers. But I thought the platforming elements were definitely better than most platforming elements in most games, especially once you got that double jump. It was
that was
better.
double
Double jump
easier.
is sweet.
Yeah.
I think the gameplay is really solid in this game. I love all the weapons. I love the glory kills. By the end, I was basically glory killing every motherfucker I came across. Because the last mission is just full of dudes. It's a fuck fest of battle.
Yeah, it is.
And I was playing on like the second hardest difficulty, so it was brutal. I would basically save my chainsaw for every Baron of Hell that I'd run into. And oh my god, the kill on those fucking guys with that thing is ridiculous. You like go and cut one of their fucking legs off, and then they fall down, and you just fucking just tear through them. The glory kills were definitely my favorite part about this game. They're fast. When
And you can have a rune that makes it go faster too.
yeah, when it comes to mind, when you look at glory kills, it seems like something that should slow the game down. But they're so brutal and intense that it fucking flows perfect.
And it's necessary in most to keep your health in a constant.
Yeah, keep you
Yeah,
alive.
and then depending on the position that you do it from, like they will change. Like there was one that I did where like an enemy was falling, and I like jumped up and I did a glory kill on him, and he like went and slammed his head against the edge of this like thing, and I was like, what the fuck? That was awesome.
Yeah, and then the one with there's an awesome one with Pinky where you like break one of his teeth off and you
then
just like
slit his
slit his
throat.
own throat
Yeah.
with his tooth.
Yeah.
What I thought was fun, because when you're killing just a normal imp, you just do the normal punch to his face, whatever. But if you get him close to a wall and do the glory kill, you throw him against the wall and then freaking knee his face against it.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
splats across the wall.
Yeah, it's super gratuitous with the blood and gore in this
Yeah,
game.
so if you got a weak stomach, this is not the game for you.
yeah.
Speaking of, Cameron, you want to talk about the chainsaw?
Just the chainsaw?
Just the chainsaw.
So
man.
the chainsaw, you pick up fuel for it everywhere, and it has its own dedicated button to pull it out, which is square. Same thing for the BFG, which is the
Triangle.
L2 for me.
Yeah, it's not used as a
triangle.
regular weapon in this game.
It's not, because
Unlike the first two.
So what
And
the
third.
chainsaw does is it'll do an epic glory kill of anything basically with the chainsaw, and they just spout ammo out for you to pick up. That's why I was reserving it for whenever I was running dry, because
Well, it runs out of fuel fast.
it runs out of fuel fast, and bigger enemies require a lot more fuel.
Yeah,
so these
they do.
big barons of hell, you basically need a full tank in order to kill them.
I would kill those and then the witches or whatever they were.
You could kill
Summoners.
one, and I would use
Yeah,
I
fuck
would use the
those.
fucking siege mode on my Gauss cannon to obliterate them.
Yeah,
It's
it's the-
awesome.
Siege mode.
I would use that a lot, and then I also used the rockets on the machine gun. I thought those were
That was
awesome.
average for me. So I always fell
those
back
too.
on the machine gun when I had to, because I felt like the power that it wasn't just as powerful. Like the freaking plasma rifle was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
With the
but
heat overload, it would just freaking knock people
The
into glory kill
missiles
mode.
that are
But
coming out of that
my
thing were
go-to
good.
weapon had to have been the shotgun, just the normal shotgun. But I preferred the nade launcher with it, because
Yeah.
I had a fully upgraded nade launcher, and I have a fully upgraded the 3 burst. What the 3 burst
I
did
like the charge
is
shot
if you
better.
land all 3 shots the first time, then the next 3 are going to be super powered.
Yeah.
But then with the nade shot, I can't remember what it did. Did it just make it more powerful too? Or I think what it did is it made the cooldown time extremely fast.
And see, I loved the double shotgun way more.
No, but
once
see,
I
the
got
reason
it.
why I
Yeah.
loved the nade though and the shotguns, because if there was like a group of low level enemies, I just quickly shoot a shot into them, it'd kill a lot of them, but then put a lot of them into glory kill mode and just sweep them up like
Yeah,
that.
you can just glory
But then for
kill
the
chain.
big guys, I can shoot one, and then as it's recharging, get him a couple shots of my normal shotgun and shoot him again, and then I have him in glory kill mode super fast that way. And so for me, it felt like a great way to just initiate the glory kill all the time.
Yeah, it's there's some combos that you can do.
And then I would
get it
go
going.
to the Gauss rifle. I like the siege mode, but it makes you stand still when you have to do it. And I also
If you
liked-
upgrade it, you can move around.
Yeah, if you upgrade it, you can move around. But then another go-to was the chain gun with the turret mode on.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, dude.
I never
It's
used
fucking
that.
nuts.
I preferred the mini rockets on the machine gun.
I love
No.
those too.
So that's why I never went to the machine gun, because I would always use the ammo up in the chain gun.
well, the machine gun, the mini rockets do more damage to the bosses.
That's another thing. You have 2 weapons, and each of a certain type, and both those weapons will drain that certain type of ammo.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting there shooting your Gauss rifle and try to switch to your plasma rifle, tough luck, because you just wasted all the ammo for it.
right. Yeah. The Gauss rifle was pretty
I guess
OP.
it does keep things like more simple as far as
Yeah, you
level
kind of
design,
choose
too.
which weapon you want to
And
use.
they went old school with the HUD too. It just shows you how many.
And-
there's no reload, at
And
least
then
not for the
each
shotgun.
version of
It's
the
just
weapon
endless.
has a better use. Like for me, I was trying to freaking kill the cyber demon with the Gauss rifle, but I found out that the plasma rifle was more effective as getting his health to go down.
Right, and the missiles for those guys are epic too.
Yeah, and so I would do the homing lock with the rocket launcher, which shoots out a
Yeah.
burst of 3, and that was awesome.
So one of my favorite aspects that we haven't talked about yet was the power-ups, and one of them was called the Berserk mode.
Oh, yeah.
In which you can glory kill any enemy.
And not just an
It's not
average
just glory kill.
It is an epic version.
Yeah, dude.
You rip them apart, God of War style, over your body and watch them bathe in like their blood.
I'm gonna
Like,
put some music behind you saying all that shit. Like,
yeah, it is amazing being able to kill any single enemy and like punching the mancubus in like the stomach, like ripping their shit out. Like, it's fucking awesome. Like, and then it lasts for like a minute, and
Yeah.
you just destroy
And then
Yeah,
if you
dude.
have the
entirety of the
rune-
wave.
and then if you have the rune for it, after it goes away, just releases this explosion. Just
Yeah, it just like messes everything
Dude,
up.
it's
And
all
then-
about the imp one where you grab him and you just fucking rip him in half like long ways. You just fucking grab the motherfucker, split his head, and tear him into 2. I'm like, oh!
Every single Berserk kill was fucking amazing.
agree, but I was disappointed.
I nearly orgasmed every goddamn time I got that thing.
I have to agree, but I was disappointed even with the Berserk kills on the Kako demons. And so glory kills and Berserk kills on Kako demons was the same thing every time, no matter how you initiated.
Yeah.
You always just punch their eye out, and that's about it.
With
That's all
the
you can do.
cacodemons, I just used the siege mode on the Gauss rifle, popped them like fucking balloons.
Depends on how many of them there were, and then
Dude,
how
it goes through
necessary for
all
them
of
to die.
them.
I know it does. That's why I
Shot
love
3
siege
of them
mode.
in a row.
It doesn't
That
kill
was
him
one
on my
shot.
difficulty.
No,
That's
so if
for
you
damn
fully
sure.
upgraded, if you have a fully upgraded siege mode where you can move by killing them all, you also release an explosion that just destroys them, like everything around at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
did anybody else think that the maps were totally fucking useless?
Yeah, I never really looked at them.
Yeah. I never really looked at the maps at
I mean,
all.
you didn't have to. The game was.
And this game is riddled with secrets, and oftentimes you
Yeah.
think you're like, "Oh, I'm being clever. I'm gonna go look over here." I'm like,
And
"Oh
that's
man,
the
I'm
way to
so,
go.
that's the fucking way to go." You're like, "I'm gonna be, I'm
Yeah,
gonna find
yeah.
some secrets over here. I know this.
Yeah,
look,
oh,
you,
God.
you look like that could be something over there, and like you're totally like, "Oh man, I'm gonna find something." And no, it's the way you should have gone in the first place.
That sucks in games. Like, I'll come across a path, and I'm like,
I maybe found less than a quarter of the secrets the game
How many of the
holds.
dolls did you find?
Like
4.
Oh, I found like 12, dude.
Yeah, I found a good chunk of them too. Did any of you guys find secret?
I found a
old
secret
levels?
Doom level. Yeah, I found a secret Doom
I
level.
didn't find a single one.
I didn't
And
either.
I was disappointed
You
at
didn't
the end of the
either?
game. I was like, God
It was
damn
funny because it had like plasma rounds and like rocket launcher rounds in the old graphics.
Yeah.
And you pick
Yeah.
them up, it was your ammo.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and
Yeah,
like whenever you encountered enemies in there, it was like the new ones, so it looked really weird.
From what I can
It was
tell,
funny,
though, you have to kind of suck to encounter them because you have to blow up certain walls. And if you miss, you can get them. But if you don't miss,
Not with all of them. For the ones
For
that
the
I
one
found,
the one
you
I
like
found,
there's
there was
levers.
The one I found, you actually had to find a lever, and then you click
Yeah.
it, and you hear something like off in the distance that way. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, one of the ones that I found, there's like a lever right above where it like opened up.
oh, okay, that's
So-
cool. Yeah, that's awesome that they put them in, but I didn't run into any.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the entire level. It was just a section of it that looked cool, like the old
Yeah.
graphics.
Okay, how many times do you guys get stuck? I got stuck once really big time, and I got stuck twice pretty badly. And I can't tell you what levels they were, but I remember one of them had fucking trains going by, and I was
I know
like, where
exactly
in
what you're talking
God's
about.
name am I supposed to get?
Caleb got stuck on that same part, and I don't know why you guys got stuck there
I don't know
because I
either.
immediately knew
Well,
where
it
to
sucks
go.
because that's the way you go.
That's good
you
for
just,
you.
You're
Yeah,
just led
it is.
there, but I didn't see the little thing above, so I went back and
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
looked
it's
around.
I didn't see the little like
I got stuck
opening.
on the
I
fucking.
kept looking for secrets, and so when I saw that up there, I like assumed it was
Yeah.
going to be like a secret.
Yeah,
so,
it's
like I went
exactly
up
the
there,
same-
and it was
same
I
idea
only
for
lost
me.
like 10 minutes on it, though.
No, I got stuck on the fucking Cyber Demon, and I also
Yeah.
I'll admit, I got stuck a little bit on the BFG part where I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I did too. I died a few
But
times.
other than that, I don't. Unless it was super hard, I didn't get stuck at a certain part.
Yeah, I
Like
died
those
to
the three guards of hell, the stupid
twins and
worm.
then the single.
Yeah, and it was just that was.
the guy by himself was brutal. I died
He
to him
was.
once.
he was.
I died to him a few times.
Well, we didn't play on pussy difficulty, so you know.
I did.
I played
I'll
on
admit I
normal. Okay.
Normal, yeah. What
I
was
played
normal?
on
the second one.
puss.
Yeah, it's there's only 3 in the
No,
new
there's
Doom.
4.
There's 3.
There's 3.
Oh, is
You
there
can
3?
unlock others.
Oh, the fourth
Yeah.
one's unlocked. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
played
but
on the
anyways,
third
it's just
then.
like you when you finally beat him. Like, oh, okay, good. I finally beat him. He was a good average middle boss.
And then the
all of a
two
sudden,
guys
two
come out, and I
fuckers
was like,
jump out.
"Fuck!"
And they start doing like this weird,
Yeah.
like, we're like Kung Fu
After
brothers.
having to fight Cyber
was the
Demon
double dragon
twice,
in hell.
I assumed that I was going to have to fight that
Hold
guy
on.
a second
Okay,
time.
so there's 3 bosses in this game. What's the name of the first one?
Cyber Demon.
Which is one big dude with a lot of rocket launchers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I died to him once and then
I
beat
must
him the
have died to
second
him, like,
time.
13
So I
times.
played him twice. Okay, how many times did you guys have to play that first guy?
I had to fight him like 4 times, I think.
4 times?
At least 10 for me.
10 times?
It's probably like 5.
Okay, I did play on pussy difficulty, and this was after I figured out that I really needed health. So I only had to play him 2 times. Okay, the second boss in the game was the Cyber Demon. What was the name of the
second boss was the Hell Guardian, something like
the
that.
3 dudes, Helgar.
Well, it was like one guy, and then you kill him, and then he splits off
Yeah,
into
the
2.
two. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember what it was called. It was
I had to
something
only
Guardian,
fight
I
that
think.
guy once.
Yeah, same here.
I fought
wait,
him
no, I had to fight him twice.
2 times. I
And
fought
then
him 2
the
times.
Spider Cyber Mind, I only hit the
Twice for me.
Yeah,
I died to
once
the
for
first form.
Spider.
I died to the first form, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's fucked up. And then I beat him, and then he pulled out the 2, and I was like, oh.
I died to
They
the
jump
spider
around a lot,
twice,
but they're actually
so I
easier
had
to
fight
get
him
They're
three
way
times.
easier,
Yeah.
yeah. Spider Demon?
I had to fight
Spider Mastermind, sorry.
Spider Mastermind. I had to fight 3 times.
3 times. For
I
me.
think it
Only
was
fought him once.
I think it was like 4 for me, 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's rough.
I
dude.
found him like super easy.
My thing was that I could get him down to halfway health, and I didn't know how to deal with when the spikes came onto the platforms, and then the lightning was zapped.
You just have to back
I
out
thought
of
the
there.
floor was still bad.
Yeah, I know.
And so like I was like, oh shit, and I was trying to get back onto the thing.
The problem with on my difficulty is I was using the shotgun to kill him by the end. I had nothing else.
Oh, see, with I did use the shotgun on him, but only after he like did the
He does
body
ammo
switch
Yeah, yeah,
thing,
yeah.
where like the brain is like underneath,
Yeah,
and so
you
that
do
I
more.
ran up to him and
So
did the triple
no
shot a
one
couple
fully
times.
upgraded the pistol. I want to know what the fully upgraded
I did.
pistol does.
I fully upgraded
like
the pistol.
everything. Like you did the challenge
Yeah.
for it and everything.
I did
And
everything.
pistol, it gets
And?
okay.
It can take out some of the bigger dudes in like 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah,
That's
it's
decent.
not bad,
It
but
gets-
it's not Spider Mastermind.
No, you don't want to use that against
I was
bosses.
one of the times I died. That's all I had left was the pistol.
Well, if you
It takes
if
like
you do
half
enough
a charge
Caleb,
to
if you do
kill
enough
imps.
damage to him, if you keep hitting him where he's supposed to be hit and do enough damage to him, he does an ammo drop.
I know, but you got to be over by the motherfucker. And if he hits me, I'm like almost dead.
I want to let the audience at home who hasn't played this game yet know that the 3 bosses, they're not just regular creatures with like 2 attacks. They go through like phases where you have to dodge.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than the rest of the game.
Basically, it's figuring out the pattern that they do in order to avoid their attacks.
Once you get Mastermind's pattern down, it's not that bad. What I would do, I restarted a bunch of times because I would miss the BFG shot, because sometimes he does that barrel roll thing, and it would just miss and not do as much damage. So that was a decent amount of retries, just because I wanted to capitalize on hitting him. Because I had 2 cells going in, I think, and then you get a 3rd cell on the ground in there.
Yeah.
And hitting him with those, that does a lot.
Oh, and for me,
man.
I think the reason why I had to do the Cyber Demon so many times is because I wasted all of my BFG shots on his first form.
Yeah,
I did that
his
too,
second
but
form
then
is
there were like 2
way
laying
fucking
around him,
worse.
so I got him.
Yeah, and honestly, with the Spider Mastermind, if you guys are running into problems, just try to get a platform close to him when he's doing the electric shock and just nail him with the shotgun.
I just kept shooting him with the rockets, with like the homing ones.
Yeah, rockets do well.
Until he flipped, and then I shot him with my shotgun.
That works.
That's pretty much what I did the
I would
entire
switch
time.
to the Gauss rifle because you can precision hit the top of his head.
Yeah,
when
I
he's
did.
upside down.
I did that for a few shots,
Yeah.
and it did some decent damage. But after that,
I almost used up all my ammo. But
Oh, I did on 2 of the
Yeah,
times I died. I
a
had
lot of
nothing.
the stuff was gone, right? But then if you do enough damage, you do an ammo drop. You just have to get him to scoot over, so you
Yeah.
can pick it up.
It can be tough on the
There's
harder.
there's some glory runs you have to do. I'm low in health, and he drops some health.
Yeah, you just fucking go. Just
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
I had to do that on Cyber Demon. Like when I beat him, I was like really low, and I like had got him down, and he just like jumped away from the health, and I was like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, it's quick, man. You gotta not fuck around.
all right. Well, I think that pretty much covers gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Started with me last time, Schweiss.
10.
No.
We started with me
Oh,
last
wow.
time, but I'll do it again. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for
gameplay
gameplay.
is the best in any first-person shooter I've ever played.
I have to agree. Even though I feel like there shouldn't be any perfect game, not yet, but 10 out of 10 for me, definitely.
Well, it's not perfect. We gave it 8s on the story.
Exactly. There you go.
I would say give it a 10 as well. It is probably the pinnacle of FPS. The fast pace, the like beautiful just way that everything flows. The power ups, like they didn't like interrupt the game at all.
Yeah.
Didn't feel unnatural. It's like
And your
awesome.
guy
everything
is vicious
awesome.
as fuck. It's like
Yeah.
Kratos with guns is what it is. He doesn't give a fuck.
They like
man.
even mention that the guy is like, your affinity for guns is well known.
Yeah.
He tells you to go get the BFG. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like,
You feel
how did
badass.
You know? I've
playing
only
this
been
character.
using
even
guns
if you're
the
not
entire
doing very
time.
well, you feel badass still.
Yeah.
It is fucking amazing, and I believe that it deserves the perfect gameplay score.
I gave it 10 out of 10 also. This is my favorite shooter gameplay-wise ever. And I gotta say, when you're done, when you put down this game after like a couple hours of playing it, I would still feel my adrenaline going.
Yeah, I did too.
And
After like a big boss fight, yeah.
I'm like, this could be a problem. I could turn into a serial killer, or it could just be like the greatest fucking game ever.
Or you could just go work out instead. That's not an option. Well, if you got an adrenaline rush, working out helps.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I wasn't trying to get away from the adrenaline rush.
No, I know. That's doing something while on the adrenaline. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It's not trying to get away from it. It's just
I thought you
putting
were saying
it to
it
use.
helps, as in like it gets rid of the adrenaline.
No, it's using the adrenaline.
Okay.
Constructively.
Oh, okay. That was all right. Regardless,
Joe doesn't know about working.
no, you just brought it up at a really fucking weird time. That's all I'm saying. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I fucking loved it. 10 out of 10. Definitely. I gotta say, like it has nudged out Halo, and I'm a Halo defender. I'm a Halo champion. I love Halo.
Well, I don't know about champion.
I champion Halo.
Okay,
That's
you
what I mean.
champion Halo. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Something that Doom. Okay, it's all gentlemen here. Maybe I should just say, all right, gentlemen.
Listeners.
Something that Doom is famous for. I would say they pushed the realm of 3D with Wolfenstein 3D at id Software, and then they went even further with Doom, and then of course they beat themselves later with Quake. As far as like 3D games were concerned, they were pioneers in 3D gaming, and we had an episode on that, I think. Doom 3 came out, and I don't know if you guys remember Doom 3. I remember going to Circuit City, now a bankrupt company. I remember going to Circuit City and seeing the wall of Doom 3 for the PC games, and seeing the warning sticker on each box that said, "Look at the system requirements before you buy this game."
Yes.
Doom 3 was the absolute pinnacle of graphics.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing when it came out.
And now this game, although it doesn't quite have the same issues as Doom 3 had, where no one had computers that could play it, it also has tried to take over, like, graphically. Like, it has pushed itself graphically. Now, what I was concerned about before this game came out was like hearing that it was on the Unreal Engine, which is of course an engine developed by Unreal software.
No way.
Which a lot of game companies they'll buy the license for the engine. When Doom historically they made their own engines for these games. Now, of course, the people behind those things, John Carmack, I think he's now behind the Google glasses thing. What is that called?
The Google eyewear. Like
not Google. It's a different one. It's another.
Some sort of virtual reality?
Yeah, it's a virtual reality thing.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
It's the big one that everybody fucking talks about.
Oculus Rift?
Oculus Rift. He's behind that now.
Okay.
So software wise, he's in a different place. He's not making Doom anymore.
Yeah.
I could have gotten the Johns mixed up because there's two Johns behind Doom.
It's the one with John Romero has not been part of Doom for a while. So.
Okay, so it's John Carpenter, I think.
Yeah, one of them.
Either way,
that guy's
graphically, guys.
Yeah, did you watch that freaking thing on YouTube? He's freaking obsessed with Doom. He's like part of his life he can't let go.
Yeah,
what
Doom
thing
1.
on YouTube?
It's a video with John Romero.
It's an interview with John Romero.
He's still making Doom levels. Like he's never going to leave it alone. Yeah, okay. He's nuts. Fuck that. I don't have time for a million of those.
So one of the Johns is not behind making the brand new engine anymore, like you did with Doom 3 and like you did with Doom 1 and Quake. So, guys, we got totally different people behind this game. What do you think of the graphics, and what do you think of the art of this game?
Well, I think that the graphics are really fucking amazing in this game. They're really high quality. It doesn't try to go for like a hyper realism like some shooters do, like Battlefield or Call of Duty, where they try to make everything look like a real person or whatever. They kind of like go for.
And then 10 years later, we're like, that doesn't look like a real person.
The Doom has its own kind of style, and like I think it really fits the game, and the graphics like really kind of like enhance it. It makes things pop. Like the demons have like very specific designs, and they all look really good. The blood, the guts, like everything just looks really fucking awesome in this game. And then like the way it does like holograms, and even like when you go outside and you see Mars, like it looks really, everything just looks really good.
Yeah.
And then the design, like it looks like the old Dooms, just way better. Like there's still the UAC facility that you're going to explore. God damn it, Cameron.
I don't know if anybody heard that, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, they're directional microphones, so if they're not pointed at it, they're going to be very quiet.
It was just loud.
You might be able to hear it, but
okay.
You scared him.
Caleb.
You startled. Yeah, he's
well, I saw it happen too. Like.
Got some droppings down on the floor now.
Yeah, just little
pebbles.
Yeah,
like a deer.
Little wet spot.
Craig at you bites.
Yeah.
So anyway, the graphics are really amazing. The design, I really enjoy everything. When you go into hell, like when you go to that one specific level where there's like the Titan skull and like the really dark
shit is
world.
metal.
I saw that.
Like if you had to describe this game with like,
how dare you steal my line,
with 3 words, it would be metal as fuck.
Yeah.
fucking
That
game.
is what it would be.
Is it more metal than the Devil May Cry game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but like Devil
More
May Cry,
metal than Devil
It's
May
more metal than the Devil May Cry game that Caleb and I played, but it mirrors the fact that it like perfects the gameplay of the style that it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron.
I was going to say, when I saw that Titan Skull, I'm like, I am so fucking glad I did not have to fight that.
Yeah, that thing looks like it would be a bitch.
That would have been too much. But to me, I have to agree. Just the design of it, the graphics, even though they weren't hyperrealism, you didn't need it. When you're playing the game, you were super just part of the game in your mind as you're playing it. So the graphics did its job about bringing you in, so I loved it.
Yeah, I think this is the best looking game I've ever played so far. This game looks phenomenal. When I first booted it up, I was amazed that my computer was even capable of playing it. And now I will say my computer did play it at an even higher resolution than the PS4
The
can.
PS4 version, yeah.
So this thing
The
is...
PS4 and the Xbox ones are more compressed.
Yeah, it looks fucking good. Like, it's seriously the best looking game I've played. And I didn't think I was going to have that great of an experience because my graphics card is like the minimal requirement. But I can still play on medium to high. And there's like hyper. I'm not even at the top of what it can do. And it's still better looking than anything else I've ever seen. I know there's great ones that are supposed to be coming out, but I haven't played them yet, so I don't know. But the way I do agree with you guys on the style. I think the style is perfect for the game. It's not too realistic where it needs to not be. Where it does need to be realistic, it masters it. Like with the guns, with the chainsaw, with all of that. That looks just real as
I thought
fuck.
the lighting effects in this were really
the
great.
lighting
Yeah.
was amazing. Yeah.
There are no problems with that.
Just fucking awesome.
Level design, the sun coming up, when you get out onto Mars the first time, everything looks phenomenal. Just for miles, it seems like. You can see the detail. You can see the work they put into the graphics.
Yeah.
There's never really a moment in the game where I was like, man, that kind of looks like shit. Which there's something in games where it's like, oh, that doesn't look quite as good. But this game, there was never a moment that ever happened. Level designs were great. Weapon designs were great. The animations, the way the enemies died was great. Everything was super fluid. You could go from berserk kill or glory kill to glory kill just fine. It didn't like fuck anything up. The only issue I ever ran into with that, and it's kind of more of a gameplay thing, is sometimes you would melee and you would like go through an enemy instead of hitting him.
One time I glory killed someone and ended up inside of a box and I couldn't get out.
That's kind of shitty.
That's weird.
But it was just phenomenal looking. There's nothing else I could say about it. It's the best looking game I've played.
All right. I'm going to give design, the look of the game, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. I think it's the best looking game I've played, and I said that for Fallout Primal. Or wait,
Far Cry
Primal. Definitely not Fallout.
Fallout Primal would be a really fucking interesting game.
Far Cry Primal. I said that for Far Cry Primal, and
It would have to be like the days right after the explosion.
and it's
where
mostly because
everything's
Far Cry
about the
Primal
stone.
had like the most beautiful backdrops I'd ever seen in
Yeah.
any game up to that point. But this game, everything looks amazing.
Yeah.
Now in 10 years we're gonna be like, it looks like shit, just kind of like how we look at Doom 3 right now. But
Probably,
for
yeah.
now, it is the best looking game I've ever seen. I love the way it looks. 10 out of 10.
I would mirror that number. Like seeing all the demons and stuff, like the way that they look, their design still floors me every time I like see it because they look so unique. Like it's so awesome to like see like every little detail that they put in on each of the demons. Like I don't know what it is about them, but I really just fucking love it. It's amazing.
Cameron.
10 out of 10 for me, too. Yeah. It just fits so well.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 out of 10. Best looking game I've ever seen.
Okay, sound and music.
Damn.
Oh, man. All right. So the music in this game is very much metal. And I am a big fan.
Much metal, yes.
I am a
Many
big
much.
fan of metal. Thus, I love it. I feel like it accentuates every moment of it when you
it
finally get...
adds to the violent mood.
It does,
yeah.
yeah. It makes you want to go out there and just fucking destroy stuff, and which is good because that's what you do the whole game. You go out and you split people in half, and you tear their arms off and beat them to death with them, and
Yeah, I love that.
cut their fucking legs off.
I
And,
love
oh,
the
man.
glory kill on the Baron where you just rip his horn off and smash his face in with it.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, and the heavy metal in the background, it just fits perfectly.
Sometimes it goes into little moments that are like these screeching violin things, like shit's about to go down. You know exactly what creature's coming up next.
Yeah, where like
the laser motherfuckers are coming.
Yeah, the horror element to it.
Yeah. So not only the metal, but like there's metal, and then there's like horror music that is perfectly timed.
Yeah, it is
perfectly timed, and it just it's great.
Yeah, I love that, and I think all of the sound effects are spot on too. The guns sound great. The enemy deaths sound great. The gibbing sounds fantastic.
The goring,
I love the speaking during the cutscenes.
The voice acting is fucking awesome.
The voice acting with kind of the effects that they put under the voice acting and kind of the mood. Remember when the Doom logo came up right at the beginning?
Yeah.
And like you go up the elevator, the dude is like talking, and then it's like perfectly timed Doom logo with the music, and it's just like,
Yeah, and then like as the music stops, you cock your shotgun and the level begins. It's like, I was like ready to blow my fucking load when that happened. And it's nuts too, because the guy's like Samuel Hayden sitting there like trying to reason with you. He's like, it was all worth it in the end, and your guy like looks down at this dead dude and he's like getting fucking pissed, and then he's like just destroys everything. It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
the music just man, it just makes it that much better.
The only voice acting I thought sounded a little over the top is when you're in hell and you go to listen to the scribe of hell when he starts talking. I think that was just a little bit, I don't know,
the whole game is over the top.
No, it is his voice. It's just, I'm just gonna talk to you like this, and I'm a scribe of hell. But it wasn't even like that.
Yeah.
I loved how they were telling the story of Doom 1 and 2, though.
Yeah,
I thought that was
like,
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's cool.
It was awesome. No, it was awesome. I just thought it was a little cheesy. They could have, I don't know.
Of
All
course
right,
it's
that's
cheesy.
fair.
It was supposed to be comical. Did you not listen to the development?
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes comedies aren't very funny. So that's maybe
it's
the problem that Cameron has.
Like, what else would you expect a demon to sound like? I mean, the guttural voice is just like
No,
what
because
I expected.
sometimes he was talking for so long, you could tell it's just a person talking. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
is.
it doesn't feel like a demon after a while.
they couldn't.
They're intelligent beings, Cam.
no, the
They
point-
didn't hire a demon.
No,
That's
the
what
point
it
is to
people
make you
too.
believe it's a
Disappointed
demon.
about.
No, that's the point of the fucking thing, though. You're supposed to like, you're immersed into it. This is this demon telling you about the story.
That's fine if you didn't dig it.
just-
as
you
much.
don't
It's
have to
cool.
play those.
I know you don't.
Nitpicky motherfucker. All
I'm
right.
just saying
That's our job. We're critics.
It's true.
It's just
no,
maybe if they, I don't know what they could have done to make it. Maybe make those little speeches a little bit shorter, because the longer you got to listen to it, the more you're like, it just sounds like a guy in the background going, and people are like, what is that guy doing in there?
I'm sure he was in a studio where
I
they knew
did
what he was
not.
doing.
I
but-
did not dwell in any moment of this game.
So you didn't stick around for
I
those?
didn't. No, not really.
Oh, really? I
Okay.
thought they were
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, I
fun.
listened to
I
them.
mean, I loved to pick. I loved.
They
to
were
do it. I
cool,
loved
but
to
then
listen
I'd be
to it.
like,
It kind of gave hints as to who the Doom Slayer is.
Okay.
Well, it's just the dude from Doom 1 and 2.
Well, it kind of gives you like a background to him that like explains more.
Okay.
Because it made it sound like he's kind of an angel.
Yeah, no, it's there. He's like a
it
god
said
to
something.
them.
It said something about like the angelic forces,
I
like
don't-
the opposite forces.
I don't buy that.
All
I
right.
think what it is he's revered by the demons and feared by them. He's become a god
he's-
because of the
He's
carnage
both,
that
but
he...
it still said something. About
I don't think he's
What
an
about those
angel.
original Knights of
That's-
Hell that you had released? Aren't you supposed to be one of them?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's something there.
I think you're...
because they appeared to you too. You would see them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's closer to what Caleb's
Is that
saying.
is that your one complaint about the sound of music? Or
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I wish there was more metal, but I was
I
satisfied.
wish there was
Yeah.
more metal
I
than all
would've
of
been
the
okay.
metal.
Because
with
they had
more.
like because when you hit the pause button, it's the same metal song. And certain seasons they just recycle the same metal song. But other than that, no, it was awesome.
All right.
I really liked it when you like whenever you did the gore nest, you know, it immediately it played like a more like forced metal thing, like it like really
the
went
timing of
the timing of the music for everything is awesome, and then it gets more intense when you do those things, or you get into the waves of fights. It's like like it's there. Like
Thank God it doesn't make that noise.
yeah, thank God. But it's more noticeable during those fights. Like you feel the metal more.
Yeah, the intensity picks up when you tear that fucking thing off, and they just come to slay you for it.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
I'm giving Sound of Music a 10 out of 10. I think it perfectly matches the look of the game and the story and everything. It accentuates all that perfectly.
I'll echo that, and I'll also add there are some times where the game does get kind of freaky, and it's because of the music, and it's because you're gonna die. Like it's like, fuck, man.
I know this is a horror game. I just didn't really feel horrified.
No, it's not horrifying, really. It's just it's
not
the
scary.
Situation is what's supposed to be.
It's like it gives
I
you
felt
that
intensity, but I never felt like what's
it
around
gives
this
me. It
corner
gave me the
type scary.
intensity of what horror
you
can do.
You know something intense is coming up, so like that's
It's more the anxiety that
Yeah.
horror
Like
brings upon you that I was running into a little bit because
Dead Space though
That's that adrenaline
that
I
can
was talking about.
that Dead Space that can really freak you out.
yeah,
sometimes.
and like it had a similar feel for like 10 seconds.
It's
in
not
this
a game that's trying to scare you as much as Dead Space.
No,
is.
it's not.
And like Doom 3, which I've
They're
done
the
really
many
Doom guys
times.
never scared.
Doom is trying to give you a hard on. Is what Doom is trying to do.
through
And
violence.
Yeah,
Right. So yeah, I would give it a 10-2 very easily.
10-2?
And, yep, 10-2. X-2, please.
Yeah.
Thank
that's what you have to do now.
All right, Cameron.
10 out of 10.
Oh, wow, even with your little demon complaint, huh?
Yeah, even with that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna mirror that.
All right. Everybody's copying my score.
Blowing it.
Yeah, this game is fucking.
Well, we're
guys.
not including multiplayer experience in this either. though.
Yeah, this is entirely for the campaign.
Yep.
All right, so replayability. Are you going to come back to this game and play the multiplayer?
No
Are you
fucking
going
question.
to...
I'm coming back tonight.
Are you? You gotten in the mood? All right.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think you're going to play the campaign again?
There's
Do you-
something that we have probably not touched on. I played a little bit, but that's the SnapMap mode, where you can go look at player-created maps, and then you can even create your own maps.
No way.
I didn't even touch that. Yeah.
And so
that's in the
so the
multiplayer
other
thing.
day I went into the SnapMap just to try it out, and I tried one. I'm like, okay, that's pretty lame. But I tried another one. It was actually pretty decent. What this guy did, he made it look like the Nazi zombies, but demon style.
Oh, nice.
So where you spawn in there, you have to turn on the power, and then you kill demons to get points, and you can use the points to unlock doors. You can use the points to buy weapons. Even has a random weapon generator, which only
Nice.
gives me out a shotgun or the Gauss rifle so far. But you're just going through it, just killing these demons, trying to survive, turning on the power, and doing all sorts of other stuff.
I
Nice.
was a bit disappointed by the end of the game going, there were no Nazis. What the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah. I was mad about
You
that. I
love
was
the
like,
Nazis?
God damn it! There was a Nazi level in the other two Doom games. You got down there, and then there'd suddenly be like a lot of Hitler shit, and you'd be like, "Yes, I'm gonna kill some Nazis," and there were no Nazis, and that was mildly
No,
disappointing.
it went more satanic.
It did go more satanic, but I feel like
I found rooms where there were like blood offerings, like
Well,
people
yeah,
dead, and there's
yeah.
like the goat, and then like
Yeah.
it was definitely more satanic.
but I do miss seeing the swastikas down in hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I loved that shit. And
yeah,
there's
it's
none
just
of
like
that.
there's like a painting of Hitler
Needs
like
more
on the
swastika.
throne.
Painting of Hitler with this big old hand on his shoulder, but you can't see what the hand belongs to.
Yeah,
Because he's sitting down in the chair, and then just this big old...
Cameron, do you want to add some more visual elements to the podcast?
I just molested Caleb if you guys wanted to know.
All right. All right. Replayability. So you're definitely going to play this tonight on multiplayer?
Oh, yeah. I had
Okay.
fun playing it multiplayer the other day.
All right.
Yeah, I'll play it again. I did enjoy the campaign. I do kind of want to give it a go on the hardest difficulty. There are some achievements that I have not gotten. There's some runes that I need to collect. There's some of those
missing 2
upgrade
runes.
robots that
Yeah,
I don't know
I didn't do
how
2
the
of them.
fuck I'm going to get to. Like, I see them up there, and I'm
the
like,
upgrade ones. I found all the upgrade robots.
I just didn't have time to go find it. Well, I probably had time, but I played this game like 2 days, 3 days, and then I played it for 7 hours.
Some of
and
those
beat it.
upgrades I wouldn't have used.
Yeah, it would have been helpful on mine probably, but I don't know. You still have to use the ammo, so
Yeah,
if
all
I
uses the same ammo.
if
You
I
just
don't
to
have
find which one's
ammo,
most
I don't
effective.
have upgrade. So I definitely am going to play it again. I have played the multiplayer.
Is there for sure going to be an expansion on the campaign?
I don't know. I don't know if they've announced anything yet, but I bet you there will be. There's always an
I think
expansion.
they might have said that it's only for multiplayer.
This next one, yes. This next DLC is all multiplayer maps. So no one will buy it, but I do enjoy the multiplayer.
They already released one for the multiplayer.
It feels like Quake, and it feels like Unreal Tournament to me. It's kind of not quite on par with the story, I'd say. The main campaign, it's not nearly as fun as that, but it is something.
It's slower and it's not as, I don't know.
It is something that I do enjoy, so I will go back to it. I would say.
I'd say I'd play it again. I want to try it on the harder difficulties. I kind of want to find all the secrets, find out the older Doom levels hidden in all the levels, because apparently there's supposed to be like a few of them per level, and I've only found like 3.
Does that count as your in the secrets?
Yep, I think so. Yeah.
Oh shit, that sucks.
See, I think replayability is extremely high for this game. Not only is there multiplayer, which I haven't tried yet, and I want to try it.
You should. We should all play it together because we all have it on the PS4.
Yes, we should actually. That's a good idea.
Caleb.
Yeah, you fuckface. I couldn't wait to get the game.
I got it cheaper.
Fuck
so screw you.
So did we.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it was on sale the next
Joe
day.
didn't. And Caleb didn't.
I didn't.
I got it for $40.
Oh. I got it for $35, so eat my ass.
I got it for $60.
How about that?
Eat
all right,
my
so
dick.
Joe got screwed, and
All
everyone
right.
else is okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
So, going back, getting secrets and stuff like that, I think this has a high replayability value. For me personally, I would go back and play this just because I thought the game was so fucking fun. Mm-hmm. And extremely playable. I'm not going to go through the levels and be like, oh, this level again.
Yeah.
There's no bad level in this game. They're all fucking awesome.
There's hard levels, but not bad, yeah.
Yeah, there's no bad level.
It's like, yeah, that's true. The only one that bugged me a little bit was the platformy one, but now I know where
I
to
enjoyed
go.
that one a lot, actually.
I enjoyed it. I sucked at it, but I enjoyed it.
Do you guys remember the level?
And it might have been its visual
the smelting
aesthetics.
level. That
Yeah,
was the
that
kind of the
was
hard
really-
one where they're like it's overheating.
Yeah, that one was a big area.
Yeah, it was huge, and I died a few times that one. But it's fun because if you die in the freaking molten metal, you do the Terminator thumbs up as you see.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I never went into the metal. That's awesome.
Dude, it is amazing.
The reason I found out is because I saw this extra armor and stuff, like the full metal the full armor thing. So I'm jumping, trying to get there. I miss and I fall in. I'm hopping around the hot metal because I'm dying, and I just go.
Yeah, you heard
Did the thumbs up and
What?
the
Sink in the
die? That's
metal.
fucking awesome.
Terminator 2.
Yeah,
That's sweet, dude.
It was awesome. Just like the attention to detail is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
The sense of humor in this game it's so great. I'm giving replayability a 10 out of 10. I'm definitely going to replay this at some point.
I would say I'd give it a 9.
Give it a 9 out of 10.
I'd give it a 10 out of 10 because I am definitely replaying the game.
Oh, man, I almost want to give it a 9, but I'll give it a 10 because I already have replayed some of it. I've gone through and played multiplayer multiple times. So
All right. Well, let's while I add these numbers up, gentlemen, final thoughts on Doom.
Kind of make it
4
lengthy final thoughts to give them plenty of
2060.
time to add these numbers.
For the Doom, I would definitely recommend playing it, even if you're not a fan of FPSs. It is like the pinnacle, I believe, of certain FPSs. It is super fast paced, and with the glory kills and stuff, it almost doesn't feel like the reason that normal people wouldn't like the FPSs. You know, they normally say, "Oh, I don't like Call of Duty or Battlefield," or that kind of style of FPS, but this doesn't really feel like those. It is definitely an advanced form. Like the glory kills are fucking amazing. It is metal as fuck. If you love metal, I would definitely say play this game. It is fucking amazing. The power ups, you can get speed boosts, invincibility. You can kill everything in one hit via punching. It is super awesome.
And even in its calm moments, it's entertaining because in the back of your mind, you have to find these secret things, the secret dolls, or if you pick them up, it plays a little clip of the original soundtrack.
The EMM
and then
E1M1.
Yeah, and then you can find more Praetor tokens to upgrade your armor, and you can find those secret levels, and it's just, even in its downtime, it's amazing.
Yeah, and like all the little toys that you find are basically just little versions of your guy, just different colors. There's even like a throwback to like Fallout and stuff, with it being like a Fallout Doom guy, stuff like that. Since Bethesda now owns it, so
Right,
it's fucking awesome. Just the little things that they included.
Wasn't there like an Oblivion, something that hinted to or just like just one of their games?
I don't know. There's like
I remember there was a guy in hell who had an arrow in his knee.
Yeah.
Dead.
I found in one of the secrets that I found there was there's like a stick with the iron helmet from the Dovahkiin in
I thought it would be cool if that was like the plains of Oblivion.
Yeah.
that hell was.
I knew.
In one of the other secrets, I found another one that had a helmet that just said Doom on it. It was like a football helmet.
Because at one point where you're turning off the well for the energy, it looks like those stones look like the Oblivion stones that open up the gates.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So that'd be cool if it was like an Oblivion / Doom crossover.
That'd be super weird.
It's all different planes, the planes of Oblivion.
Yeah, all the levels in hell. That's pretty sweet.
All right. You guys ready for the
Tell us the score.
First off, my final word on this game is I think it was a hell of a ride.
Oh yeah,
You can print that. Put it on the box.
He can't just not do the pun.
All right, for story, Cameron gave it an 8, Schweiss gave it an 8, I gave it a 10, and Craig gave it a 9. For gameplay, all of us gave it 10s. For design, all of us gave it 10s. For sound and music, all of us gave it 10s. And for replayability, Cameron gave it a 10, Schweiss gave it a 10, I gave it a 10, and Craig gave it a 9. That's 194 out of 200, which equals 97 out of 100.
Gentlemen, we have a new greatest game of all time according to Newt Clan. I believe Diablo 2 was a 96.
Diablo 2 was a 96. This
Wow.
beats it by 1 point.
Damn.
What's the Metacritic score?
Not Diablo 2.
Yeah, okay, so with them, they're also judging like everything about the game, which means multiplayer. And
Yeah.
since multiplayer is kind of like not
It's
super
a little
great.
shallow.
I
It's
feel like
yeah.
multiplayer is a bonus. I don't care.
Multiplayer is a bonus for this game, and since like we're not counting it as the story or anything, this is entirely for the campaign of the game, which is honestly the best and most superior part.
Right. The Metacritic score for this game is looking PC 84, PS4 85, Xbox One 87.
We're pretty high for Metacritic.
It's around 85s. I believe Doom 3, let's see what Doom 3's is. Metacritic has it as an 87 and an 88 for Xbox. So it's the second best Doom game. Well, one of the best Doom games, according to Metacritic. The best one in recent times on the Xbox at the very least.
Some of the things I think that's important to comment on with such a high score from us is that none of us mind the violence, and some critics may mind the violence. Also, Doom 3, I think I preferred this a lot compared to what I played on Doom 3. I liked the style of this more, faster pace, even though a lot of people love Doom 3. So if they were comparing it to Doom 3, I think as far as that goes, I'm not gonna dock it points because of comparisons or anything like that. I actually think it's probably a funner game to me than Doom 1 or 2. I know that's heresy to say.
No, for me, I agree with you. No question that this was by far the most fun Doom game I've played.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we did the Doom review, so obviously we all agree.
Yeah, I played all 4 of the Dooms this year, and this one's by far the most fun I've had. Easily.
Man, it was just so fucking fun.
3's great too, but
fun.
this one is just
I would say play it even if you don't generally like FPS games.
Yeah, I would say to Skull Hani, who is our very outspoken, don't fucking review shooters anymore listener, I would say
There's
to
a
him.
few.
Oh, is there a few?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was. Is it Skull Hani though?
I don't know if it is him.
Okay. Well, if it's not you, Soul,
It's
sorry.
somebody.
Manzara hates him, I know that.
I would say give this one a go. Once again, if you're okay with the extreme violence, which is something that's, with this game, a given. If you have a problem with that, then this is not the game for you at all.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yeah, or the satanic imagery or anything like that.
Yeah, don't do it if you get triggered by that kind of
So
stuff.
we only do Satan games at the top.
Yeah.
Our best
Fucking
games of all time.
Diablo, Devil May Cry, fucking.
Well, Devil May Cry is not a
Devil May Cry.
Well, I know,
not
but
at the top.
like
You got 2 Diablos and Doom.
devil-themed stuff is what
Yeah.
I was talking about.
Our
though.
top 3
We got-
games are
we do play a
devil
lot of
games.
hell games. Don't we?
Yeah, we-
Isn't Symphony of the Night, isn't that kind of hellish too, or is it more
Well,
vampire?
It's more vampire.
Well, those
although-
are demons of hell, are they not?
No, but there are
Is it not
demons
that
in
way?
the game.
Okay.
There. I think I don't remember if there's.
I'm remembering some demon imagery from the one I played.
There is some
forever
demon
ago.
imagery in most of them, and in fact, in one of the newer Castlevania games, Lords of Shadow, you actually fight Satan.
Okay,
so
so there's something I remember from the
there's the tie
Sega
to there.
game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for our Doom game. Once again, 97 out of 100. Want to thank
Yes.
Cameron for playing and beating the game this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Our next review is going to be in 2 weeks. We're going to have a face-off. Face off. And that face-off is going to be between Cameron Wilson and Caleb Schweiss, playing what I believe is one of the hardest games, or one of the hardest songs to play on Rocksmith 2014. We're well past 60 days at this point, but
Yeah,
that's
we
okay.
failed.
That's okay. We're going to give you guys 2 weeks to make up for it.
14 days.
You guys are going to be, it's going to
Thank
be
you.
a blind trial. So one of you guys is going to play, the other person's going to leave the room. We're going to write down their score, and then that person leaves the room, and then the other person plays.
Yeah, we'll be playing it on full speed, so go into the practice mode, Cameron, and just get the chords down.
Yeah, full speed, man. Full speed.
Full speed ahead.
So keep that in mind, guys. This is going to be fucking awesome. 2 weeks from
Yep,
now.
and then 2 weeks after
No
that, of course, we have
exceptions.
Symphony of the Night, which by then maybe I will have played. I don't know. We'll see. And then after that, it's going to be our Diablo 3 review that we didn't let the fans or listeners or whatever you want to call them, depending on your fucking preference. We didn't let them choose that one, and yeah, that's where we're at for right now. Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah, I
post in
did.
The forum?
I saw it.
It's funny.
I like Mother Uppers, but that's from our other show.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so guys, you can find us at nudeclan.net. There's a brand new site there for you, and some forums if you wanna join those. You can ask a question. We try to answer a question a week. I know we missed one like last week or something.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
forgot 'em.
That was so stupid of us, but we'll make up for it. We promise.
With one a week. from
Yeah, with
now
one
on.
a week.
Suck it.
You can tweet me at Joseph DeGollier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And at nudeclan.net, by the way, there are blogs. Each of us has a personal blog. Cameron hasn't done shit.
Yeah.
And I'm getting
Just
pretty fucking
copy,
pissed.
just copy the one that we've done. Just copy the Uber Games
yeah,
list.
the 100 list or the
Yeah.
500 list, and just mark them off. It'll
Nice.
probably only be
Cameron.
3, but do it anyway.
Cameron, tell the listeners who want to read your blog post why you haven't.
Are there
Just- you
really
just
any
need
listeners
one
who want
blog
to read
post.
my blog post?
Maybe.
Just need
I've
someone
had
said-
at least 2 people read some of mine.
Wow.
That I know of.
And that's Caleb's writing. You've
Yeah.
seen it. It's an atrocity.
Can you
Yeah, it's
can you
terrible.
not see the traffic for your site?
I haven't looked at it.
Oh,
I'm just going by like comments.
There's a traffic bar. I may be the one who can look.
I
at
can see it
but
too.
You can see it too. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a traffic bar, and you can see how many people. And I'm telling you, we're getting visitors on there. You
Yeah,
should
people care.
Blog at one blog, Cameron,
Yeah.
Even about like Wheel of Time, anything we talk about.
All right.
or you can just say my name is Cameron and this is my blog, and then never touch it again. But right now it says
My name
error
is
404
Cameron.
because there's no fucking posts.
Yeah, just copy the games list one and see where you're at. You've got some that we don't,
Cam not
or that I don't. Yeah.
On top of that, guys, you can follow mostly Caleb Craig, but sometimes us on Twitch playing the games live. That's twitch.tv /Nude Clan Gaming. And then our Facebook page, facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast, or you can just search for us. So that's nude spelled NEWD for the URL, by the way.
Yeah.
And if you want to support the show, there are links on our website. All right. I think that's going to be it for this week. We will... We'll see you guys.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck up.